Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
A great day to be alive on this Monday. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust. No Brad Nortman to my right, looking festive.
The holiday season.
Is the Packer backer Kyle Wallace? Say something, Kyle.
What up, KBN Nation? Almost Christmas time, baby.
No Alex Strofe. Stepping in to producer of Thanalysis Show, our guy TA.
Oh, wow.
Tony Cartagena.
Y'all need some more depth on this show.
That we have you?
Yeah. Yeah. As Kyle was telling Ben before the show, I'm capable of producing. I'm like Romeo Dobbs. I know I can catch a ball.
Listen to him.
I know that I am capable. I have skills. But in this moment right now, something I am unprepared to do a little bit, I'm a little nervous.
Oh, man.
Let's just hope I don't have an 87 style performance.
You bet not. I'm going to send your ass home if that's the case. Let me know now. Let me know now. Because I ain't got time for another emotional roller coaster for these next 3 hours.
I got this.
800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line if you want to put Tony to work back there. 800-990-3776. We're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Download the easy-to-use ESPN Wisconsin app to listen live, listen back, whatever you need. It's all right there. And yes, on Saturday, Caleb Williams threw a ball to DJ Moore off play action.
It was a dime ball. It was a dime ball.
Kyle Wallace, it's been an interesting 48 hours.
Why has it been an interesting 48 hours for you?
Well, first and foremost, after the game, so because Christmas Eve is at my dad's house, and then we go right to my fiance
right. You were
or
up
my
there.
wife's for St. Louis for a while, that we did our Christmas on Sunday morning, and I had the universal parenting experience of putting together a kitchen. So I had to do that after the game on Saturday. It took me 3 hours, and I'm sitting on there after, putting it all together after what we witnessed in an absolute collapse. Here's a silver platter. I felt like a hostess or walking around with hors d'oeuvres, which is a W for the Bears, based off what the Packers did and Keyshawn Nixon and the special teams blunder and the fumble from Malik Willis. You name it.
Yeah.
It happened. So we also had a lot of people reach out, doing wellness checks. One, David Kaplan of ESPN 1000. Tony, do you have that ready to go? Because I was sitting there putting together the kitchen. I said, I don't have time for this. Get a call from David Kaplan, host of Cap and J Hood on ESPN 1000.
Late call.
Very late call. Very disrespectful to call somebody that late on a Saturday night. People got families.
Yeah.
This is the voicemail I received from this. Get a call from David Kaplan, host of Cap and J. From David Kaplan. He's already Romeo Dobbsing it.
Just started repeating what you said. Very confused.
Do we not have somebody ready to go as the hand holder to producer Tony Cartagena today?
What do you mean hand holder? Like a replacement?
No, just to help you get the audio played.
I have the audio up. When I hit the computer button, it's supposed to play off of your, playing in the background. Doesn't make any sense.
YouTube might be open on that computer, just so you know.
Are you gonna? Is Kyle gonna end up producing the show?
I could do a lot of different things, but I can tell you this right now.
No, I got to change one quick setting.
I can't believe Cap called you. This is my thing. Where the hell was Cap at 2 weeks ago? Cap is supposed to be jumping in Lake Winnebago multiple times, so it's crazy to me that all these people who are Bears fans, like your brother was silent for 2 weeks. Your brother, listen.
Laundry list of excuses as to why he was silent.
But I said, oh, JB, where have you been? Oh, I had a family do all this. Sorry, shut up. You had 2 weeks, had 14 days. You was silent as a church mouse. That's all I'm saying is, listen, Bears fans should celebrate. They should. Your team won. That's the point of the game. That's the point of the reason why you watch is your team goes out there, competes, and if they come away with a victory, regardless of how ugly the victory is, you should be happy with a victory. But my goodness, Some of y'all are taking this to the extreme.
We try again with the voicemail I received from David Kaplan.
Take that! Caleb Williams sticks it up your take that! Take that! Take that!
Sounded like Homer on Green Bay game night a couple weeks ago. I thought I had to check in on him.
Yeah, he's a little bit younger. That's crazy. That's a grown man having that level of excitement for that game.
Sounds like my nephews that I'm going to see at Christmas Eve.
Yeah, no, it is quite interesting that was his reaction. Take that!
Take that!
Shout out to Cap and his nonsense and his belief.
So again, I honestly, Kyle, like I feel no different at all about the Chicago Bears.
Right.
Do you?
Hell no. Listen,
I mean, like that's the honest truth. Like everyone's like, oh, talk about the game. You want to talk about the game?
No. They want to talk about the last 3 minutes.
Exactly.
As they should, because the last 3 minutes was like a damn fairy tale, like a miracle. It was a movie. It was like watching a movie that's like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? So yes, the last 3 minutes. But if you're a real football fan and you're a real evaluator, the first 55
they were quiet.
Minutes,
All of them.
55 minutes is important. So again, Bears fans should definitely be excited about the victory. But my team went down to Chicago in a playoff-like atmosphere. My quarterback went down. My star defensive end was out, and our team still dominated the football game. We were the better football team, but it's a 60-minute game. And
sure
the problem
is.
for the Green Bay Packers was they did not finish. And when you give another team an opportunity, a football team in the Chicago Bears that has found a way to win 6 times this year, they have been able to come back and win a football game late in the game. They did what they have been able to do throughout the entire season. So at the end of the day, we can talk about all the lessons that can be learned from this game. We can talk about how hard the Packers fought. But at the end of the day, I don't care how much we manhandled the Chicago Bears for the first 3.5 quarters.
They beat them in their own game. They really were.
You went there and you beat them in their own game for the most part, but at the end of the day, we took the loss. We took the L. They held serve. We held serve. We split. That's what it comes down to. The Packers had an opportunity to put the game away, and they did not do it, and this is the end result. You take an L. On to Baltimore. That's all. On to Baltimore. That's all you can do.
Well, I see the Chicago Bears like I see the Minnesota Vikings of 2023, the one-score merchants, where Daniel Jones comes in the playoffs and exposes what the team really is. And there will be that moment because 3 minutes of a victory, of wearing cheese grating hats and saying all the stuff about the Green Bay Packers
I like
and what
DJ Moore, but that's embarrassing. And the reason why I say it's embarrassing is because, bro, like, y'all lost the first game to the Packers. And then you were 3 minutes away from losing it. It's just a regular season game. Don't get like
it's like an act like you've been there before, but it shows you have not been there before.
Like if this is the level of excitement that they get from beating the Green Bay Packers, then you know what? Go ahead and have that joy because I don't know if I've had this much joy beating the Bears. Maybe in the playoff game with 2010 when the Packers went to the Super Bowl, I had a lot of joy in that one. But other than that, I'm shocked that the player put on a cheese grater. You know how embarrassed I'd be if Jordan Love or Aaron Rodgers, any one of my quarterbacks, put on something that was about the Bears.
No, it's been about I own you, and the record speaks for itself.
But it did speak for itself.
I mean, to be fair, Jordan Love is still 4-0 against the Chicago Bears.
He was undefeated. It took a helmet-to-helmet shot there, which, again, not dirty. Took a helmet-to-helmet shot.
And then a Week 18 Malik Willis come in the second half, one-score game.
Great strategy for the Bears. Knock out Jordan Love, give yourself a chance.
It's like almost like the what's his name? It was the horrible white defensive end rusher who knocked out the collarbone for Shea McClellan. Yes. It's the only way to beat the Bears is to take out QB1.
To beat the Packers, to beat the QB, take out QB1.
Yeah, and again, I'm not here for is it dirty? Is it not? I don't think it was a dirty hit.
It wasn't dirty. It's football. It was football.
It was a bang play.
That's what happens in football.
And then you knew based off how long that he was on the ground that he was going to be ruled out.
Boy, he went straight to his head. I said, oh, here we go.
And the helmet looked like Rodgers that one time where he hit the ground and the chin strap was all messed up.
He got Debo. He got knocked out. That's what that was.
So ultimately, again, congratulations to the Chicago Bears for taking advantage of everything the Green Bay Packers did wrong, because they did do that. But if anything, this showed me is if you play the Bears again in Soldier Field, there is no reason to fret. No. There was no Jordan Love. You played better than them the entire game, except when you started to pee down your pants.
They did.
Which Keyshawn Nixon,
don't get me started on Keyshawn.
We'll get to Keyshawn, but again, silver platter. Congratulations. You talked about how it was a miracle, right? All the things that had to happen for them to win. They did win that game. But ultimately, it does not define anyone's season moving forward. The NFC is still wide freaking open.
And that's why I think the celebrating was excessive, but people can celebrate how they want to celebrate. But I just want to remind all the Bears fans that came into KBN Nation and came in our chat today, I want y'all to understand, your offensive play caller, right? This genius, and listen, Ben Johnson's been in this bag before, but the genius offensive play caller that you had could only muster up a total of 3 points. 3 points throughout the first 3 quarters of this game. You mean to tell me your franchise quarterback went against a Michaelis defense and the guy that you guys love could only get 3 points in the first 3 quarters of this football game? Y'all couldn't get anything going in the first 3 quarters of this game, and the Green Bay Packers did not have Micah Parsons, and they did not have Jordan Love, and throughout most of that game, Malik Willis was the better quarterback. You watched that powerful run game get stifled by the Green Bay Packers, not being able to get anything going. You saw your QB sit in the pocket and throw the ball away so many times, throw after throw after throw. So again, when you look at this game, yes, y'all took the dub, but if I'm a Bears fan, right, like after you guys get done celebrating, which you should celebrate. You should. It was a big victory. It was an exciting end to the game. But at the end of the day, you should be very concerned about the things that was shown, because y'all got some warts on y'all team, right? The Packers controlled the flow of the game. The Packers controlled the ball control as well. So at the end of the day, be happy. But there are some concerning things that came out from that game. And so if I'm a Bears fan, I don't know. Y'all took advantage of the opportunity in the end, which, again, I give you
said they're
credit
2023 Minnesota Vikings one-score merchants.
But be very, very weary, because just like the Minnesota Vikings, listen, that was like a fairy tale, and guess what? This is real life. Fairy tales don't exist. This is going to come to an end. So again, y'all should be excited. Y'all should be happy. But it took a face mask. It took Romeo Dobbs sitting here not being able to get the ball. It took a blown coverage. That's all
fumble,
self-inflicted.
2 fumbles. Josh Jacobs in the red zone.
But at the end, it's all
Malik
self-inflicted wounds by the Green Bay Packers not executing. That's why the Packers lost the game, because they did not execute. And when you do not execute for a full game, this is the end result, and you take the L. So the Packers got to own that one. Is that you did not finish this game, and now you find yourself behind the Chicago Bears a game and a half, and you find yourself fighting for a playoff spot because of your inability to execute in the end. That's the biggest issue. But at the end of the day, they still 2-12 against my coach.
That is why I still, as we started this, feel no different about the Chicago Bears, despite how the game ended. Tony Cartagena calling for the ball.
As I'm looking back here for the KBN Sports Desk imaging that Strofe usually has for you guys, how many times have you guys said Caleb Williams sucks on this show? It is saved back here. There's 7 different buttons that just say Caleb sucks. Caleb sucks.
You can hit him.
Williams sucks.
Caleb Williams sucks. Ha!
Caleb Williams sucks.
Caleb Williams sucks.
You guys all have it.
Yeah, we have our own.
There's all
Caleb
3 of you
Williams
guys
sucks.
just saved back here.
Does the opinion of
Williams
Caleb
sucks.
Williams change after that game?
Well, that's what I wanted to bring up. So I was going through some of the mentions and things like that, preparing for today's show. Kyle, the amount of time that Jim Rutledge subtweeted you.
Oh, did he?
You live in that man's head. It's almost embarrassing.
Real talk. I don't know how to use social media. I know
He
how
might
to
owe
use
you
Instagram.
dinner.
I don't know how to use. Does he? I don't
He
know how
might.
to use Twitter like that. So I just see some. I don't see all. But at the end of the day, I've always said it. Caleb Williams has so much talent. But from the very first moment that he stepped on the practice field for the Chicago Bears, there has been an issue with accuracy. Is that not true or false? Y'all know it. It is extremely true that he has had issues with accuracy.
I'm already seeing the Caleb's better than Jordan nonsense.
Caleb Williams sucks. He's not better than him. He has areas.
This is a day of clearly you haven't been there. You haven't seen a victory of meaning since what, 2000 and
January of 2011 was the last time the Bears played in a very meaningful game against the Green Bay Packers.
2014.
I don't remember what the Bears did that year.
Well, the 4th and 8. Randall Cobb.
Okay, that was a meaningful game against the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, it was for the division.
That one. Honestly, kind of the same thing. The defensive back just got completely lost.
Yeah.
10 years later.
Well, Keyshawn Nixon wasn't lost on the final play. He just got outplayed on that play.
DJ Morris is a great wide receiver. He got cooked. He got burnt. It was a quarterback with great arm talent that threw a dime ball. Caleb Williams, the last 2 passes I remember Caleb Williams throwing in that game was the getting blitzed.
Keyshawn and
Keyshawn. That
Keyshawn
was
squared.
That was a dime ball. If
Guys,
Caleb
that
Williams
floater to send it to overtime, any defensive back is back there, and it's an incomplete.
Oh, yeah.
He jumped around for no reason.
Oh, for sure.
The play call.
They brought all the guys, and it was
Jeff Hafley called a beautiful play call. The play call is meant to make the quarterback get the ball out of his hand quickly. So anytime that happens, Keyshawn Nixon, if he's in his hip pocket, he challenges that, right? Nope. Keyshawn Nixon decides that he wants to try to jump a route in front and leave his man in the corner. So, I mean, again, that's self-inflicted. That ain't, I give Caleb credit for a great pass, but that ain't, that was great play design. That was a bozo making excuse me, I shouldn't call him a bozo. That was a dumb-headed play by Keyshawn
bozo,
Nixon.
dumb-headed is the same thing.
I said it's the dumb-headed.
It was a bozo play.
I feel like I'm going to say a bozo. He's not a bozo.
It was a bozo play.
But it was a bad play. He had a mind fart. 2 weeks ago, you
Williams
have a great
is
play.
easily as
Another week.
accurate as Love on the Carbless Talking text line. Again, we're going to see it all day long. The opinions do not change based off the way that the last 3 minutes played out. That does not change the opinion of a team.
No, Caleb Williams and the Bears offense was stagnant. They could not get anything going. They could not punch the ball in the end zone, and it resulted in 3 points. The Green Bay Packers outplayed the Bears for 56 minutes of the game.
Not good enough.
But it's not good enough, and that's
what I want to dive into next, because the pie chart of blame is something that's been done for a long, long time. Going back to a previous show I've done, you get 100% of blame to hand out. You can divvy up that percentage however you want. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. The blame game, the pie chart of blame. You get to hand out 100% of blame as to how this result ended up happening. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, no Nortman. Packers lose, but the season is not over, and I feel no different about the team to the south in Chicago in what they are and who they really are and how they'll be exposed moving forward.
Yeah, I thought the fans were bums, but then when I saw the dude who I like, DJ Moore, put the cheese grater on his head, and then I saw a picture of Caleb Williams with the cheese grater on his head. Bro,
regular season.
Bro, what is the goal? Is the goal to beat the Packers or the goal to win a Super Bowl?
Well, every press conference is about the Packers for the introductory head coach. So we will do the pie chart of blame. You got 100% of blame to give out for why the Packers lost. 800-990-3776 Carbless Talking text line. KBN, no Nortman next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
I legitimately understand sugar.
Is it good, Brad?
It's unbelievable. It's so good. I'm changed. Not for the better.
Come on.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and text line. This is more.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is kicking off their first tournament of the season with $1,000 in cash prizes. This is Gary Ellerson, inviting you to team up for a two-man scramble at Paynes Valley. Play it on their spacious state-of-the-art golf simulators. Sign up now at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. Just $120 per team, and you must finish your round by December 31st. This is their first of many winter tournaments. Keep an eye on their website. Take on Paynes Valley starts today at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Selling your home during winter may surprise you. Serious buyers are still out there and often more eager to move.
Homes get strong offers this time of year, and with less competition, your listing can really shine.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. Our team leads with faith, gratitude, and giving back, donating over $200,000 to local causes since 2020.
Tony Wendorf & Associates is ready to get to work for you with our white glove selling experience. Just search online, Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out The Best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I've got you covered. Hey, it's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee. With holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust Accutrans Group to handle all my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or a festive celebration, Accutrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Tony Cartagena subbing in for Alex Strofe running the show. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless talk and text line. Lists is more. We're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. We will get to you on the phone lines at some point here. But I do want to, with Kyle Wallace, no Brad Nortman, go through the pie chart of blame here. You get 100% of blame for the Green Bay Packers to give out as to why they lost this game. So I will hand it over to you as I have my 100% ready to be handed out.
I mean, this is easy for me because I say 25% goes to Keyshawn Nixon because Keyshawn Nixon had the brain farts, man. He had the mental mistakes on the 4th and 4 where you had an opportunity to put the team away. You didn't do it because you didn't do what you were supposed to do, and then you got beat on the play, and that just happens in football, and that great post route and great toss and catch from Caleb to DJ Moore, so you get 25%. And then the rest goes to Romeo Doubs.
All of it?
No,
come on.
75% because, Ben, here's what it comes down to.
No,
I ain't beating around. He's lucky I say 100%. Ben Brust, all Romeo Doubs had to do was sit here and aggressively approach the ball and recover that onside kick, and that ball game is basically over. We're not having this conversation today. We're talking about how the Packers are sitting in first place in the NFC North. We don't have all these trolls attacking and excited about the fact that the Bears had a miraculous comeback and didn't dominate the game. So it all comes down to Romeo Doubs doing his job, period. Romeo Doubs, at the end of the day, I respect him because at the end of the game, you know what he said? He took accountability. He said, listen, that's on me. I made a mistake. I messed up. He took full responsibility, and that's a high-character person, and that's exactly what leaders do. But even though he took accountability for it, it does not erase the terrible play that he had there. Romeo Doubs' one job out there was to corral the ball. The ball hopped, and he had an opportunity to get it. It touched his hands. He did not get it, and the Chicago Bears recovered it, and the rest is history. And so for me, at the end of the day, he shouldn't have been timid. That's what came down to. If Romeo Doubs aggressively approaches that ball, we're having a different conversation today. So the lack of confidence and that hesitation that he had led to the Green Bay Packers losing that game. So we can sit here and we can talk about the face mask. You can sit here and you can talk about. I can talk about Keyshawn Nixon again.
Don't spoil my 100% of blame that I get to give out.
You can say whatever you want to say, but none of that matters. Even after the face mask, the Green Bay Packers had a chance to win the game simply if a guy would have recovered the onside kick. So it comes down to Romeo Doubs. He is the reason why the Packers lost this game. So it is what it is. And again, I'll keep saying it, own the Baltimore, but Romeo Doubs gets the blame for the loss in this game.
All right. Well, then I will actually deal out some percentage basis based off what is due for the blame.
I don't know why.
Romeo's a part of this. Romeo's a part of the blame.
He's a big part.
He is, yes.
He had a touchdown, but he also
took a step back like he's been taking step backs when he's been fielding punts, which is fascinating, by the way. That,
don't get it.
Again, we've made mention it's probably not the smartest idea to have the Guardian cap guy catching punts for the first time and like the second time ever, and as part of the hands team. But I guess he did mention they had been working on it, and he's been a part of that, and he did not execute. 30% of the blame goes to Matt Laflur. The amount of red zone trips that they had to come up with the 4th and 1 and shotgun with Chris Brooks out there, no Emmanuel Wilson, no Josh Jacobs in that moment. You might as well tell the whole world, hey, we're going to throw the ball here in shotgun. I actually don't mind if you get under center or give it to Chris Brooks. You know why? Because he's like a blocking running back. You know, he's a hard hitter. All you need is a yard. Bears messed that up, too, on their 4th and 1, getting too cute.
That was just stupid.
That was stupid.
Why not just
there wasn't an opportunity. Yes, like at least there was a play to be made for the Packers, but it was still the red zone execution. And we talked about this leading up to the game, because if the game flow was anything like the first time that the Packers did win 28-21, where the Bears dominated the time of possession, the defense was out there, you know, the majority of the game, I was telling myself, all right, Matt Lafleur and this team needs to have sustained drives where they're keeping their defense off the field, because you know with that offensive line, the Bears rushing attack and Ben Johnson calling plays, that is something that they're good at. They have a strength of that, and you can't leave them out there the entire time. So Matt Lafleur not being able to get this offense to execute the red zone, 30% of the blame. Keyshawn Nixon, 20% of the blame. That's 50% for Matt Lafleur and Keyshawn. They get 50% of the blame combined. Keyshawn getting too aggressive on the sending all the guys to make Caleb Williams throw a quick pass. He jumps for no reason. You have an area to cover. It's simple. He got too hero ballish, wanting to make the play as he did in the first game.
Do
your job. I understand.
That's what it comes down to.
Romeo Doubs gets 30% of the blame.
That's not enough.
Again, this is my list. I heard your list. 30% of the blame, because again,
your list is as ass as these Bears.
But that would be like just blaming Brandon Bostic. The amount of times we talked about the 2014 NFC Championship game, where so many things went wrong leading up to Bostic not getting it with his hands. It was the play calling by Mike McCarthy. We talked about it with Brian Balaga, who was in the huddles with Aaron Rodgers talking about how they went away from what they did to get to where they were.
So
one play.
So different.
No, it's not. No, it's one play in any sport will be magnified, but it does not tell the true story of how you got there.
Bro, you recover the ball. The game is over. The defense.
Josh Jacobs and Malik Willis each get another 5% for not taking care of the football and giving opportunities away. There's areas to blame outside. I'll take 5% of the blame.
Kyle, how many plays did the Bears run after that?
Hand up.
After that?
After Dobbs screwed up, the Bears ran how many offensive plays?
Probably like 5 or 6.
And I know 1 4th down for sure, elite, maybe 2, just to get it to overtime.
Yeah.
Like Dobbs screwed up, but
Dobbs screwed up, gave them a short field with 2 timeouts. It was
5% of the blame.
You're taking blame for what?
5% of the blame.
Dude, what do you mean you taking the blame? What are you taking the blame for? You had nothing to do with the game.
I talked a lot of crap. Packers didn't back it up.
Dude, fans, that's what, well, you're not a fan. You're a troll.
I'm not a troll.
You're a troll.
I'm not a troll.
Aren't you getting enough attention right now? Now you want more attention, trying to take blame.
Patting it back to me for taking blame for the Packers' loss.
Ain't my fault. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
I was going to give you the rest of the 5%.
Nah, I ain't taking one of that. All I did was sit. You know what?
Caleb Williams actually talked to somebody that know at ESPN 1000, said he was reading about Kyle Wallace's takes up at ESPN Wisconsin.
Well, the first 3 quarters didn't
and then it fueled him in the final 3 minutes. I'm just saying what I heard. That's why you get 5%, because all the talk that you talked about how he's a liability to the Bears got to Caleb Williams.
Well, he's a liability the first 3.5 quarters. Caleb Williams sucks. He sure did.
He's gonna hear that now, Tony. He's gonna hear that.
He can hear it all he wants. He got to back it up.
Josh Jacobs getting a lot of the blame on the Carbless Talk and text line. Who do we go to here, Tony? You said Derek.
I think Derek in Brooklyn, who's a Bears fan from Chicago. Now, I've done a good job screening, at least I think so.
We'll find out. Derek, you're on the Carbless Talk and text line.
That dump.
I'll put him up because I don't think you did.
He's on.
Derek, going once. want to help him out there, Kyle? You're basically a producer number 2.
Yeah.
The light on 3 is green. The thing is up. The phone is on.
All right.
Yeah, Derek's gone.
Try somebody else then.
All right, let's go to Randy in a dump truck.
There it is.
Randy,
Yeah, he got it.
800-990-3776. Randy, what's going on, buddy?
We know Randy.
Good afternoon, Mr. Wallace. How was your weekend?
My week, Randy, I'll be honest with you. You know, I keep it 100, Randy. My weekend was fantastic until around, 10 o'clock at night. I was quite upset, Randy. How was your weekend from 7:20 until about 9:45?
Well, you know something, Kyle? I can't say much because I fell asleep.
Oh, Randy.
But
Randy, wait a minute, Randy.
Hey, I'm old, man. I'm old.
Randy, when you fell
But hey, I'll tell you what.
When you fell asleep, did you think the game? What did you think? You're like, I'm
just going to wake up to the same story.
I know you woke up like, what?
All I got is phone calls. What? You're watching the game? I know I'm sleeping. But I'll tell you what. The Packers have been the top team in this division for the last 3 years.
3?
To be the best, you got to beat the best.
Oh,
you know that?
No,
Detroit.
You're right. Detroit. Y'all got Detroit coming up too. That would be telling. Randy, if y'all beat Detroit, then I'll be a believer in the Bears. If y'all can beat Detroit, I know Detroit may not have much to play for, but if y'all can still go ahead and beat Detroit the last game of the year, you know Detroit gonna try to ruin some stuff for you. That would be.
I know they had all the
Packers. They did it to the Packers in 2022 at the end of the Rodgers era with nothing to play for. And Randy, hope you slept good. And you must have woke up happy. We go to Derek. I think I got him on now. Derek, you're up on the Carbless Talk and Text line with KBN. No Nortman.
Hello.
What up?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, we got you, Derek. What's happening?
All right. Who's the guy that because it's a certain person I want to address with my comments. Who's the guy that called Keyshawn Nixon a bozo?
I didn't call Keyshawn Nixon a bozo. I said Keyshawn Nixon.
You said the play. All right, now because I just want to recognize your voice because you're the one I want to address.
Yeah,
all right, let me say this, man.
Bullheaded play.
Yeah, all right, that's cool. Whatever, man. Let me say this. I'm a realistic Bears fan, number one.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have sucked for a long time. And are we on the come up? Yes, we are. But I'm gonna say this when it comes to the Packers. You guys are full of crap. I'm gonna tell you why. I've been listening to you guys off and on for the past 2 weeks, just because of the schedule with the Bears and Packers. So between the last game and this game, I kind of been tuning in off and on to listen to you guys' takes. So I remember one day last week I'm listening to you guys, and then you're talking about, well, we dominated the Bears without Micah, so we'll probably do it again, even though he's hurt. Now, a few minutes ago, as I'm listening to the show, when the show started.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. He's talking about Michael last year. Keep going.
Yeah, so, I mean, do you not remember one of you guys saying if it wasn't you the one that said it? I know the show I was listening to.
Come on,
so let me finish though. Let me finish. So now, because we win and he didn't play, it's Micah Parsons Packers team, blah blah this, blah blah that. Now y'all throwing that into the mix of the tape. Then y'all go and say that the Bears y'all dominated. How are y'all dominated when y'all was up by 10 points, dude? That's dominant in your opinion? Let me call that dominant?
Let me ask you something.
Hold on, dude. Hold on.
No. We can get rid of you ever. We want to have a conversation.
Wait. So what you telling me is, my brother, you saying through the first 3 quarters of football, you were ultra impressed with your offense.
Dude,
you were extremely
nobody
satisfied.
Dominated. Nobody. We had some bad plays. The first drive in the first quarter when we went for it, we should have took the points. So I have an issue with Ben Johnson with them first couple of drives. I will tell you, I have no problem admitting that. That was some bonehead play calling that Ben Johnson did. But at the end of the day, though, nobody dominated nobody, dude. And then with the hit on your boy Love, it was a dirty hit, dude.
No one said that here.
Head, man.
No one said that here.
I didn't say you did. I'm just speaking on the aspect of the game right now. I didn't say you said that. I brought up the part about Micah. That's what I brought up about what you said. So pay attention to what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
so let me say, listen, man. Yeah, the Packers are a good team, man. I'm not here to try to dish you or so-called troll y'all and all this crap y'all talking about trolling this and that. But keep it real with your takes, man. And then you're going to talk about – listen.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. When Caleb
I'll put him on hold.
You can't sit here and tell me throughout the first 3 quarters you were impressed. As a Chicago Bears fan, if y'all keep it 100% buck and keep it real, you had to be extremely disappointed in the performance of your team throughout the first 3.5 quarters. It has to be frustrating to score 31 points last week against a very good Browns defense and score 21 points a couple weeks ago against the Packers, to watch your team in the second half against the Packers in Green Bay absolutely dominate the Packers defense and control the ball, only to come at home in this atmosphere with everything in front of you to have that performance in the first 3.5 quarters. So yes, y'all got dominated in the first 3.5 quarters, but you finished the game, and that's all that matters, and that's how y'all got the dub. But don't sit here and act oblivious to what we all saw. Because I tell people straight up, I was concerned about this game coming in because based off what I saw in the second half against the Chicago Bears 2 weeks ago, I was concerned that this defense wasn't going to be able to stop the run game, especially without Micah, but they proved me to be wrong. But come on now, if we're going to keep it real, let's keep it real.
Yeah, like I said, and I actually appreciate Derek doing his homework and trying to come in with a conversation. But again, I
appreciate Derek too in Brooklyn.
Yeah, no, but again, I think if there wasn't a win in the last 3 minutes, which the Bears did execute and the Packers did not, there wouldn't be nobody dominated any. Now it's moving the goalposts of how they got to the win, right? Like we knew going into this game that the biggest concern that everybody had was them doing what they did against the Packers with Monangai and Swift. And that's running it down their throat. And to the Packers' credit, they kept the ball as long as possible, but not to their credit, they did not execute the red zone, keeping this game where it was at. But nobody expected, without Micah and Devontae Wyatt, for this run defense, which has struggled the last 6 weeks, bottom half the last 6 weeks, since the Carolina Panthers and Rico Dowdle. Shoot, you see Devin Singletary and Tyrone Tracy running around this defense of the Green Bay Packers, and it led us to a point where after we saw the Bears in the first time, that would the Packers defense be able to hold up? Again, they met that task, and then the crumble at the end led to them executing, and that's where they get their flowers. But to act like the whole game was not well played, other than mistakes in the red zone for the Packers, it's just like that's where we're getting too far here. 800-990-3776. We'll continue to take your calls. And, of course, Jason Wilde asked Matt Laflur about the special teams. I know you had Romeo Doubs at 75% of your blame.
Romeo. I tell you, man, it's all you had to do is corral it, and your team gets to 10 wins, and we're having a different conversation today.
We talk about the abysmal special teams that Rich Bisaccia is getting paid the most amount of money as a special teams coordinator in the NFL to be no good at. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
And you're disrupting my flow.
No, your flow.
Dang nabbit.
Dang nabbit, I had a good flow.
Gee golly willikers.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it. We can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank, the official banking partner of Marquette University, and home to Marquette Checking with free ATMs nationwide.
Marquette had another rough stretch in an 84-63 loss at Creighton, falling to 5-8 on the season and 0-2 in Big East play. The Golden Eagles opened strong, forcing 7 straight stops and jumping out to a 9-2 lead, but the game turned quickly when Creighton ripped off a 25-2 run in just over 3 minutes. Freshman Nigel James Jr. led Marquette with a season-high 23 points, while Chase Ross added 9. Here's head coach Shaka Smart after the game.
Offensively, the story of the game for us was just missing layups. We got a lot. Forget even the contested ones. We had plenty of uncontested shots around the rim that we just didn't finish.
The Golden Eagles will be back in action with more Big East play against Seton Hall on December 30th.
This has been the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank, the official bank of Marquette University.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Hey, it's John McGivern here. You know I love Network Health. One of the reasons is that they're local and they understand how important that is. Their exceptional customer service isn't just words on a page. It's what they do. It's what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods.
Now through Wednesday, save on 10 to 20 count selected varieties, hefty storage or freezer bags, 2 for $4. 8 to 13.1 ounce selected varieties, Old Dutch Crunch, Ripple Potato, or Tortilla Chips, 2 for $5.50. 24.5 ounce selected varieties, Welch's Sparkling Juice, $3.49. 12 to 36 count selected varieties, Rhodes Dinner or Cinnamon Rolls, $3.99.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
2 over the top.
Free from Century Foods.
Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by December 31st.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, no Brad Nortman. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless talk and text line. Lists is more. YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Now, Kyle wants to put 75% of the blame on Romeo Dobbs, and I think if he had the opportunity to give more to Romeo, would you?
Yeah, I would give 100%, but I have to. It's the blame game, and I can't just give 100%.
You can do whatever you want with your 100%.
Listen, I'm blaming. Keyshawn made me mad, but blown coverages happen. And what happened with Dobbs happens, but if Romeo Dobbs catches that ball, the game's over.
So
the game's over.
When it comes to the Packers special teams, Rich Bisaccia was brought in, and there was 1 year in which I think they were 22nd in special teams, and it was basically because Keyshawn Nixon at the time was an all-pro returner, 2 touchdown returns, kickoff returns for a touchdown, and that inflated the overall statistics. They've been a bottom 25 special teams unit since he's become the associate head coach and special teams coordinator after his interim head coaching at the Raiders. That he's the guy with Matt Laflur beyond special teams, figuring out late game scenarios and situations, which, again, there's a lot of people that are after the Green Bay Packers media for not asking Matt Lafleur, why aren't you firing Rich Bisaccia? Because for those who missed it, the Rams fired their special teams coordinator after their Thursday night football game. Holding accountability is what you're seeing. We've been going through this for so long that I just don't expect them to do anything at this point, right? Because it's kind of part of, I think, the relationship that Matt and Rich have. Here's Jason Wilde's question. He asked Rich Bisaccia, or he asked Matt Lafleur about Rich Bisaccia.
Matt, I know the league doesn't work like this, but you're basically 3 special teams plays away from being 12-2. Where do you kind of think your special teams are at? And I know Romeo caught everything thrown his direction yesterday, but the game's on the line, and he took ownership for not getting that. Where do you kind of think you are special teams?
Well, I mean, contrary to, I get it. I mean, you're looking at 3 plays that are
killer plays. But I think if you look at the totality, I think our teams have done a pretty good job, especially when you look at our coverage units. I know we're sound in what we do, and I think guys have been competing, and it's not like we're giving up huge returns and things of that nature. It's just unfortunate that there's been a couple moments where it just kind of puts a black cloud over whatever's been done.
So that's Matt Laflur when asked by Jason Wilde about the special teams, and obviously the blocked kicks against Cleveland stands out, and McManus having issues leaving Harvick out there when it was too windy, and he set him up.
He did set him up.
Set him up to miss those kicks, and then obviously the blunder that led to the loss here on Saturday. My problem with this is it's not just about Romeo's play. It's about the way the special teams, from the penalties to the lack of execution to the block kicks to everything that we've talked about with Rich Bisaccia over the last 4 years, has led me to the point where it's like, I get that everyone's going to make it about this play, but this play encapsulates everything we've seen from Rich Bisaccia's unit.
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to tell anybody not to fire Rich Bisaccia, because I think if you look at, as Matt Laflur said, the totality in the body of work as him as the special teams coordinator, I believe him being fired will probably be well overdue. But this being the triggering thing, this play, to me, I don't believe it was his fault. I think it was a lot of lack of execution from a lot of different guys on this play that led to this. But at the end of the day, he is the leader of this unit, and he has to wear that. The Packers as an organization just can't get it right. That's the most frustrating thing for me, is that year after year after year, the Green Bay Packers seem to still just mess up special teams. They drafted a guy in Savion Williams that they thought maybe could be able to do something. He doesn't seem to be the answer. And the thing that bothers me is that you actually got it right with Keyshawn Nixon, and he was a great kickoff returner. He could do a little thing with punts too, and he was a good slot corner. And then you decided that you were going to pay him like a really good special teams player, and then move him to outside corner and not put him in the best position to succeed as a player and also for this team. And we see the end result where our special teams are not special and our special teams are not effective. And so at the end of the day, it falls on Rich Bisaccia and it's responsibility of Matt Laflur to get it better. So if they don't fire Rich Bisaccia during the season, I'm fine. But at the end of the season,
be gone.
He has not. He has had enough time to try to figure it out. This unit has not improved over the last decade, and you got to find somebody else. If first you don't succeed, you got to keep trying, and they need to try to find somebody else that can make this special teams more special, but also be more intentional when you are drafting, looking for certain guys, especially when it comes to returners, in order to make an impact for this team, because we can't keep going on like this. You got to win every single phase in football to be a champion.
Tony, you are probably, as someone who gets fed up with the defense very quickly, how do you accept seeing what you see at special teams every time you watch?
It's unacceptable. I mean, you can just go back to everyone who watches the Packers, as we all do here, and you can go back years since Bisaccia took over. Even before him, it kind of has been an Achilles heel for the Packers. You knew it against San Francisco how many years back. It was going to come back to bite them. You knew at some point this season, or when they couldn't figure out the kicking situation, this is going to come back to bite them. This was just another example of a unit that for the better part of a decade hasn't looked prepared for the task at hand in any part of the game. Daniel Whalen is a completely different. He's been great, right? That's their one thing they have going for them.
I will say I'm glad you brought it up, because I did see over the last 10 years there was one ranking in the top 15 of special teams. It has been an organizational failure.
It is.
I did screenshot that. So this starts in 2013. I'm just going to read where the special teams ranked every single year. 30, 31, 14, 32, 30, 32, 32, 24, 29, 31, 26, 28, 32, 21st. Damn! Unacceptable.
Yeah, it's not
unacceptable. That's Chicago Bears quarterback.
Well, that's why it's hard to listen to the contrary to popular belief nonsense from Matt Laflur.
Oh, we didn't give up any big returns. Oh, it's literally impossible to do that with today's kicking rules. If that's what you're hanging your hat on, you should probably
punters are better too from a punt return perspective.
Yes.
It's about the execution that they've had from a field goal unit. I mean, from Harvison to Anders Carlson to him drafting Anders Carlson because he knew Daniel Carlson from his Vegas days. This whole Bisaccia thing is a disaster.
Sports today is a lot of analytics and a lot of stuff, right? And a lot of excuses from head coaches. eye tests tell you a lot of things. And as a Packers fan, if a game is ever on the line and I need a field goal to be made, a special teams return for field position, or if we're kicking off, I have zero faith. 0.0% faith in the special teams to rise to the occasion and get the job done.
Hell, the hands team. I ain't seen the hands team most all year, and they failed. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, man, this is beyond Bisaccia. It is an organizational fail, and Goody needs to address it this offseason. This Packers team is extremely close with the talent that they have on this team. Now it's time to bring in the reinforcements to ensure that our special teams can truly be special and not to be a detriment for this team, but actually a positive enforcement.
Well, why don't you tell us how you protect with home and auto and all those different ways that our great Wisconsin business can help others too?
Absolutely. Listen, if you need to get car insurance, homeowners insurance, a life policy, guess what? You can get all that insurance from American Family Insurance because they will be there with you every step of the way. And what I love about it is it's so easy and it's so simple. All you have to do is go to amfam.com today. And if you like me, you don't like, just doing all the stuff online, you can find an agent near you that you can call them, talk to them, and they'll walk you through everything you need to know with your policy. We had a massive flood here in Wisconsin, and it's good to know after that flood that you had a homeowners and policy that can help support you. And also, if you have a car insurance, you need to go with AmFam too because AmFam will take great care of you. And you can just go to amfam.com, and they can also get a quote right online. Yep, you can get a quote instantly online by going to amfam.com. So always remember, insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
Keyshawn Nixon. That's enough said.
The experiment.
Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Hey, Gabe, also, did you call us idiots?
Yeah, it's exactly what I called you. Yes.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Tracy Lawrence for the U.S. Air Force.
We all have tough choices we have to make. Life just works that way. I remember when I was getting ready to move to Nashville to pursue my dream, I packed my 10-year-old Toyota Corolla with 250,000 miles on it and hit the road. It was a tough choice, but the right one for me. If I decided to take what seemed like an easier road, I never would have achieved my dream. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
At Citizens Bank, we believe banking is more than transactions. It's about being recognized and remembered. It's feeling like you're understood and supported along the way. It's the small stuff that says, we know you. Because when your bank gets you, banking just feels better. Citizens Bank. Bank where you belong. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/belong. Citizens Bank is member FDIC.
College hockey fans, get ready because the ice is heating up in Milwaukee for the Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off. 4 powerhouse programs, 2 action-packed days, 1 champion. It's Wisconsin, Boston College, Lake Superior State, and the defending national champion, Western Michigan. Battling it out December 28th and 29th at Fiserv Forum. Feel every bone-rattling hit and every clutch goal as these elite programs collide for holiday bragging rights. Tickets are moving fast. Grab yours today at Ticketmaster.com or the Fiserv Forum box office. The Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off. 4 teams, 1 trophy. Who will own the ice?
The holidays are busy. Meals to make, gifts to wrap, parties to host. When it's finally time to unwind, make it blissful with Carbless. Crisp, refreshing, and full of flavor with every sip. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, only 100 calories, and gluten-free. While it may be frozen outside, it's always flawless with Carbless. No guessing and no compromise. So whether you're celebrating with friends, hosting the crew, or relaxing by the fire, bring bliss to your holiday gatherings. Carbless, full of flavor, guilt-free enjoyment.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The Orthopedic Surgery Center in Pewaukee is a leader in joint replacement, offering same-day surgery with advanced technology. Their team of experts specializes in knee, hip, and shoulder replacements, using the latest techniques to minimize pain and recovery time. The team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin can get you back to what matters, living pain-free. Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Experience hot gaming action and a relaxing spa day. Your perfect winter getaway at the island. Book a stay and float package to get both a standard room and a rejuvenating 60-minute float pod therapy session for less than $100. Complement your stay with an elevated dining experience at Horizon Steakhouse, followed by an evening of comedy in Club 41. The Island Resort and Casino's stay and float package runs through February. Call 800-682-6040 to book yours today. Certain days and restrictions apply.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You know, this was one of those Christmas gifts that when I thought of it, I got the "you do listen."
Oh, wow.
Yes. When I heard that, I was like, yes. Because the Princeton Club, specifically the New Berlin location, they have 8 Madison locations as well. They have tennis courts. You know, I've been told throughout the year that I took the mental note, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to learn tennis.
Oh, wow.
So I bought her some tennis lessons. So at the Princeton Club,
they have tennis lessons?
Like I told you, they have everything you need at all the different locations for you to find your better tomorrow, no matter what your goal is, big or small. Have that strong body, that strong mind, and help build a strong community. By going over there, you'll fall in love. Free childcare at the membership. So when she goes, I can go. Daughter's taken care of. And then, boom, you can go to the pool in the summer. They literally have something for everyone at one of their locations. Check out the Princeton Club for your better tomorrow. All right, I'll just put it to Kyle Wallace. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. No Nortman, no Strofe. Tony Cartagena in for Strophe behind the glass. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Quickly before we get to Kyle, let's go to Mike and Racine. From a blame game standpoint, you support Kyle on putting the majority of the blame on Mr. Romeo.
100%. I mean, they make the ball oblong. I understand that, but he's got to fall on that ball. There's no excuses for it, none whatsoever.
Yep.
I mean, this is 100% on Romeo. I love Romeo. Romeo does a great job for the team.
Played great.
You know, he's an outstanding wide receiver. He runs the slant plays. You know, I mean, but this loss has to fall 100% on him.
All right, well, there's Mike's 100% of the blame. That all goes to what Kyle wanted to do, which is put it all on Romeo.
Yeah, I hate to do it, but you can't blame Bisaccia on it. You can't blame the head coach on it. You can't blame anybody but the player. They're the ones paid to execute, and he has to fall on that ball.
To his credit, Mike, I will say he did take the responsibility for his error. Doesn't help anybody today, but the ownership is appreciated from the mistake. Now, ownership of the mistake, Keyshawn Nixon did not speak to the media. Nate Hobbs said, hey, I'm going to speak on behalf of Mr. Nixon. What do you make of all of that?
Yeah, I ain't mad about it. At the end of the day, for me, when I look at it, I think that if you can't say anything that's going to be productive, then you don't need to say anything at all. We know Keyshawn Nixon was down in the dumps about the failure that he had in that game. He understands that, hey, I messed up, which led to them being able to tie the football game and then led to them being able to win the game as well. And so we already know what Keyshawn Nixon was going to say. So I think Nate Hobbs probably checked on his boy. He said he wasn't in a good headspace. and what was the upside from him talking. So he did what a good teammate and a good friend would do and say, hey, not today. And some people can be upset that Keyshawn Nixon didn't talk and didn't address the media. The media will have an opportunity throughout the week to get his thoughts, but maybe the thoughts immediately after the game would be, wouldn't be too good for him overall. But Keyshawn Nixon of late, he has struggled of late for the Green Bay Packers, and this is the reason why we were concerned coming into the season about this corner position. When you look at the last 4 weeks, Keyshawn Nixon has allowed 4 touchdown passes in the last 3 games. He's been targeted 15 times, allowing 9 receptions for 142 yards and 4 touchdowns, and does have an interception with a passer rating of 113.9. Shout out to Instagram and Twitter for having that stat. But
shout out to social media. Not even the person who found the information.
Shout out to them. So my thing about it is Keyshawn Nixon.
Again, you said earlier though, Kyle, he was a kick returner turned slot guy turned outside corner, telling himself he's CB1, and he's never been that. Then you got a 7th rounder on the outside who stole time from somebody you brought in, Nate Hobbs. You paid a lot of money to play on the outside, and he was supposed to be a slot. They didn't have. We knew it. We knew they didn't have enough depth, and when there was Micah going down and not enough pressure from the Rashauns and the LVNs, the guys that you need to get pressure, this is what happened.
Well, we're so used to the Packers trying to do more with less, and that they took it entirely too far. If they thought this was truly a year that they can win a Super Bowl, then you go out and you try to fill every single void that you have on this team. That's one thing about the Rams, is the Rams will continue to try to find different things to fill any gap that they may have, and I wish the Green Bay Packers took that approach. So, yes, we got Micah Parsons, which is great, but you want to make sure that you have zero holes on this team, and the cornerbacks are a potential hole. They did a great job holding up for the majority of that game, but when it mattered the most, Keyshawn Nixon fell apart, and the result was the result being a loss.
I saw this poll put out on Twitter at Wildy and Tausch. You can listen 9 to noon across these very stations. Are you confident the Packers will win a potential playoff game against the Bears in Chicago? So if it were to end 2-seed Chicago Bears, 7-seed Green Bay Packers, are you confident they will beat the Bears in the playoff if they run into them again? I'm not giving up on the Niners and Lions, if you know what I'm saying. Lamar Jackson hurt, J.J. McCarthy again. Nothing is written in stone.
Not at all.
Nothing. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. I see your calls. I see your texts. We'll get to you. Plus, do you have confidence they would win if they face each other in Chicago in the playoffs? More KBN with no Nortman, no Strofe in 2 short minutes.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Homer. This might be the dumbest thing that he has to have said in his career.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Can you feel it? It's the thrill of witnessing a walk-off grand slam, a game-winning touchdown, a buzzer-beating 3. Yeah, you know the feeling. And there's only one place to experience that raw exhilaration. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Catch all the action in a supreme space with dozens of sports betting kiosks, cool drinks, luxe seating, great food, fiery atmosphere, and a monster video wall. Become a legend at Potawatomi Sportsbook. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
With your Saganiac Plenty Marquette recap, I'm Will Summers. Marquette fell 84-63 at Creighton, dropping to 5-8 on the season and 0-2 in Big East play. Freshman Nigel James Jr. was a bright spot, scoring a season-high 23 points and taking 12 of Marquette's 34 first-half shots.
Back outside to James, further out to Hamilton, won't shoot from there. Parham, now he's spinning in the lane on Green, double teamed, out to James, wide open 3, good. Wide open.
The Golden Eagles look to get their first Big East win on December 30th at home against Seton Hall.
For your fellow fanatics and your number one fans, for your game day compatriots and your personal cheerleaders, for all the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. Support your overall health so you can be your best for those who matter to you most. Call Eric Pearson. Eric Pearson, Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, no Nortman. Tony Cartagena running the show in for Alex Strofe. KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. And, of course, on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And obviously, I knew it was coming. I didn't think it would be right away. I didn't think the celebration after the game would entail sending me a phone call at night as I'm putting together some Christmas gifts from a family.
How often does he call you?
Before they played on Friday, the first time, so heading into the weekend of the Packers and Bears first matchup. And now David Kaplan of ESPN 1000 called me right after the game on Saturday night.
So he ain't called you not one time in between?
No.
Oh,
Kyle, he has called him 2 times since Matt Laflur took over for the Green Bay Packers.
That's crazy.
Let me just check the time here.
That's
Saturday.
wild.
There it is, 11 o'clock. Yep. First thing on the mind is this voicemail.
Take that! Caleb Williams sticks it up your take that! Take that! Take that!
Sound like Diddy. Take that. Take that.
Hey. That was David Kaplan leaving a voicemail for me. Kyle, you're crazy. 800-990-3776. As I mentioned, because, again, I don't think my opinion has changed about the Chicago Bears and what they showed at Soldier Field with the division on the line with 2 games remaining. Wilde and Tausch put it on their Twitter poll. Are you confident the Packers would win a playoff game against the Bears in Chicago? I mean, I almost take it a step further. Is that the team you'd want to face in the NFC? Based off things are shaking out? Like, is that the team you'd want to face in the wild card round? Because you're not getting the 1 seed.
Yeah, I'm taking whoever they put in front of us, but I don't think the Packers are weary about the Chicago Bears after this performance on Saturday. I'm telling y'all, you know how much it goes into coming off a short week, losing a guy like Michael Parsons, and the defense having to be able to scheme up, how are we going to stop this team? Having all these guys around like a Lucas Van Ness, like a Colby Wooden, like a Carl Brooks, like a Rashawn Gary, a Kingsley Enagbare, having to elevate their level of play, having a Quay Walker and having Edgerrin Cooper have to shift what they're doing. Javon Bullard going from playing slide and having to play safety because Evan Williams is out. This was a great defensive team performance by the Packers on the short week. If the Packers have more time to gel, which they will because they're going to play the Ravens this week, and then they finish up with the Vikings, the defense is only going to become more cohesive. So I feel very confident moving into playoffs if we take on the Chicago Bears. But more importantly, Jordan Love health matters. Jordan Love has to be healthy in that game for the Packers to win. Right, Malik Willis is limited. All right, Malik Willis, he was able to.
He played phenomenal. He was not rattled, but
he was not rattled, but he's limited in what he can do.
You don't want to be able to prepare for Malik Willis.
Yeah, but
that's the advantage of having Jordan Love. Obviously,
the advantage of having a quarterback with a big arm who can take shots downfield opens up stuff underneath. Malik Willis is just going to be more robotic out there. He's going to use his legs. He's going to dink and dunk, but Jordan Love gives you the big shot capabilities, which we did not have. You saw the big shot at the end of the half to Bo Melton. Remember that happened? You ain't going to see that from a Malik Willis. So this is why
it's a limited fashion.
And
for
so
sure.
this is why I definitely wouldn't have any concern taking on the Bears. It'd be
that was a dime ball to Romeo.
It was a dime ball to Romeo Dobbs, but again, these are 2 very closely matched teams, and a third time around, I'm going with my Packers.
What was that, David Kaplan?
Take that! Caleb Williams sticks it up your take that! Take that! Take that!
He generally, legitimately sounds happy.
Yeah.
Where, to the point where,
the peak of life?
Yeah. And if the Packers had beat the Bears that night, I don't think any of you guys would have called David Kaplan because this is something.
What do you mean?
I mean,
we ain't new to this now.
No,
what you mean?
That's not. The Packers beat the Bears on Saturday night. Neither one of you guys are calling David Kaplan.
Because we did 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. They're so new to this.
They are.
David Kaplan's 100
You
years
can't
old,
act like you've been there before when you haven't been there before.
Has treated like they're miserable.
How
and that's
old was
fine.
Kaplan? 83, or 85?
He had hair back then.
Yeah, what was he like? 15? 10?
Probably.
Something like that.
I just think I'm like generally like, all right, this was their Super Bowl.
No, it was.
So much that their starting quarterback, we'll talk about later, embarrassed himself the following day in public. Like Kaplan celebrating this, great. I'm glad you guys have something to cheer about for the first time in almost 2 decades. It's comical.
Still work to be done, though.
Let's go to Chris in Denver. Chris, you're on the Carbless Talk and Text line with KBN.
All right. Hey, guys. Calling you from 73-degree Denver today.
Hey, good for you.
Yeah, I know. A lot from where I grew up in northern Wisconsin, that's for sure. So first off, the 120 minutes versus the Bears, they had 30 minutes against us. Not worried if we meet up with the playoffs. I got to throw a little blame, though, at the general manager because everybody knew, you guys knew, people who follow the team know that we were razor thin at the cornerback position. And the fact that they neglected the first 3 rounds to do any kind of serious upgrading. I know they signed Hobbs, but he was a slot guy. And now it's coming back to bite them. And that offensive line, I mean, it's the Walker, the left tackle, is yelling for Jordan Love. Run, Jordan, run!
Run, Jordan, run!
Run, God! Come on, you can't. That's our left tackle. They got both quarterbacks nuked against the Bears. I mean, that Jordan Morgan got absolutely blown up.
Yeah,
against
Chris, real quick. I've watched that video at least 20 times, and I refuse to think it. I think it's AI. Like that can't be a real NFL player against Montez Sweat.
I hope that's not. I got that game recorded, and I was going to go back and check that. But I got to throw some shade at the general manager. I mean, he's taking 75% of this because he neglected. Everybody knew Jair's best days were behind him, and everybody outside of Green Bay figured it out in Baltimore, and then he traded to Philadelphia. And then, last thing I'm going to say, let's get Elliott Wolf back home. I'm watching that Patriots game last night, and look at what Elliott Wolf has quietly done with New England. He got Drake May up. He's got him a line. He's going out and traded for Diggs. Let's get old Elliott Wolf. Time to come back home and see what the boy can do.
Well, Chris, appreciate the call. I do want to address a couple things. Yes, you're absolutely right about the cornerback position. They did sign Nate Hobbs, but I think people expected maybe a cornerback earlier in the draft too, when you knew you're moving on from Jair.
Yeah.
But the offensive line it's just Jordan Morgan was a miss. They drafted him as left tackle. Apparently he can only play left tackle, but after seeing him in right tackkel, I know they're different positions. Watching him get moved by Montez Sweat with a flick of a finger, just not good enough. Obviously an a Pro Bowl caliber offensive tackle and guard moved to center, and Elton Jenkins doesn't get the money he wants to move to that position. Didn't work. Aaron Banks has been a good run blocker that we thought he's been okay, but again, it's just been makeshift. And Zach Tom getting hurt obviously shifted. So they've been playing shift, but a lot of teams in the NFL have had offensive line issues and injuries. That's part of it. And I actually thought this would be the year they had the depth to overcome that. That has not been the case. They did address it, though. So you could call it the failure of the offensive line, but at least they addressed it, unlike they addressed the cornerback and not building enough depth, because the joke was you're one rolled ankle away from seeing Bo Melton play meaningful snaps in the secondary, which he's actually been more meaningful on offense, good or bad.
Got to roll what you got now. So at this point, we got to put all our confidence in Carrington Valentine, Keyshawn Nixon, Nate Hobbs to be able to keep it all together for us at corner to give us opportunity to go as far as we can.
Yeah, Cameron's a little frustrated as he's sick of Matt Laflur saying the same things at the press conferences.
So he's going to be doing that for a long time.
And again, I'd say the most frustrating thing is it's happening too many times the same way. Jason Wilde, who will join us in a little bit, always talks about how you want to make a different mistake, not the same mistake. This team they've had the opportunity to be great despite all the things that has happened. Right, losing a tight end who was going to be an All-Pro this year, right? Mm-hmm. Losing Micah Parsons. Mm-hmm. Every team has injuries, but they've lost significant pieces, but yet they've still had these opportunities to close out games. Jason asked Matt Lafleur the question about special teams being a couple blunders away from being 12-2, and it's obviously football. You're not going to win every game you play, but those are some things that are glaring when you look at the mistakes on Romeo Doubs and the Cleveland game, blocked kick there. My whole thing is, we're turning into this team's good, not great. And they've had more opportunities this year, and they've shown more to be great. The NFC's wide open.
Yeah.
So
It's wide open,
and it's not like they got their doors beat off. They beat themselves, and the Bears made plays at the end.
The Packers never get their doors beat off or blown off whatsoever. They're a competitive team. They come in, they're well coached. It's just they have to grow up at a certain point. You have to be able to finish games. When you're talking about veterans in this game, that's the thing that sucks, is that when you look at a lot of these blunders, take away Brinson, he's a rookie, but when you look at these blunders, Keyshawn Nixon's been in the league for a while. He had a blunder. When you look at the fumble by Josh Jacobs, that is a blunder by a veteran running back that you have on your team. You look at Romeo Doubs. That is another veteran. So it's so many guys that are veterans who caused you to lose this game on Saturday. So again, this team needs to grow up and they need to understand what is in front of them. They still do have an opportunity.
But Kyle, just listen to how the epic meltdown by the Green Bay Packers made this sad little man so happy.
Take that! Caleb Williams sticks it up your take that! Take that! Take that!
Romeo Doubs, he did that.
He did.
He did that.
Sure did. Connie's Frozen Pizza with the cornmeal dusted crust and all natural ingredients. What's not to love? And for $4.99 at Piggly Wiggly, you can enjoy that pizzeria quality without the pizzeria prices. Stock up through the 23rd. Today, I guess you got the rest of the day, and tomorrow at your local Piggly Wiggly. You also love the Screamin' Sicilian, the Cheez-It, the Stranger Things, all the Palermo's brands. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. We see your calls. We also get to Jason Wilde on the other side.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Call me daddy.
That just sounds...
It's just, yeah.
Like...
Call me daddy.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, we're starting off with a little bit of a backup right now. We do have a disabled truck on the off-ramp to Highway 100 from the Rock Freeway southbound. So that ramp is essentially closed off because of the semi. Beyond that, though, we do have delays on southbound 894 to eastbound in the Hale interchange all the way to Forest Home. Westbound 94, watch for delays from 27th Street to about Mitchell Boulevard, and then back on the brakes from Calhoun to about Barker Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Slight chance for a drizzle or flurry, mostly cloudy with a low of 32. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and mild, a high of 42. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is kicking off their first tournament of the season with $1,000 in cash prizes. This is Gary Ellerson, inviting you to team up for a two-man scramble at Paynes Valley. Play it on their spacious, state-of-the-art golf simulators. Sign up now at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. Just $120 per team, and you must finish your round by December 31st. This is their first of many winter tournaments. Keep an eye on their website. Take on Paynes Valley starts today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Home buyers are raving about their experiences with the Citizens Bank mortgage team.
Aaron helped me get pre-approved really fast, like before the open house even started.
I called Devin so many times with questions, and he always answered.
It's more than a mortgage. It's your future. And at Citizens Bank, we make it personal. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/mortgage. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. NMLS 746419.
Homer here for Window Nation's end of the year sale. It's cold here in Milwaukee, and if you've been thinking about new windows, it's good you waited, because during Window Nation's end of the year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years on windows that stop the cold wintry drafts, seal out moisture, and so energy efficient, you'll save money on your utility bills. Installed in 1 day. Lifetime warranty and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale ends soon. Don't miss out on big savings. WindowNation.com to get started.
At every meeting, at every new beginning, at every celebration, we make better happen. At Cousin Subs, better is more than just a word. It's a promise we serve at every party. Our customizable party boxes, box lunches, party chips, and dozen cookie boxes offer the options you need to please any crowd. Whatever the occasion, we will never settle for being just good enough. Order on our mobile app or online at cousinsubs.com. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at wipga.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
All life's better with a home and auto policy from American Family Insurance. That's because they're always there to protect your dreams. KBN Nation, from hosting a family reunion or hosting Christmas or like a Christmas Day breakfast that I'm doing when the fam comes over to the crib, or to family road trips in that brand new minivan, truck, or car that you have, American Family Insurance can be there with you every step of the way. And it's so easy to work with them. All you have to do is go to amfam.com and you can find an agent near you, someone you can talk to, walk you through the process, let you know exactly what you need and what fits your needs. Or you can go online to amfam.com and you can get a quote instantly online. It is all so easy when you work with American Family Insurance. So always remember to insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Visit amfam.com today to find an agent near you or get an instant quote online.
Let's go to the Carbless Talk and Text line. It is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. No Nortman, TC running the show for Alex Strofe. Corey, our guy. What's going on, Corey?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How we doing?
You sound dejected.
Man, yeah, I was dejected for a little bit Saturday, man. I had these people tag me on Facebook. I mean, you know, that's a fan base, man. You know, you get a lot of fans on your page and shit, and it's retarded.
Dump Madison. Oh, man. Double whammy there. Sorry, Corey. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman.
Listen, Corey. I feel Corey said, listen, man, I'm a Packer fan, and Corey, I'm gonna tell you this. What you got to do, brother, is you got to block out all the noise. What you have to understand is this. Do you understand how cowardly it is for individuals to sit there and be quiet? Be quiet after they team lose, right? And they lose a lot, 2-12. That's a lot. That's a lot of losses. And then as soon as they get a win in a big moment, they act like they done just won the dang Super Bowl. So they're cowards when they pop out the shadows after their team wins. So I only give credit to the Bears fans that was talking mess 2 weeks ago. And then after the game, they say, hey, we took that L. We'll see you in 2 weeks. I respect that. But for folks who was just sitting there quiet for 3.5 quarters, and then once the game was over, hopped on Twitter, oh, y'all some cowards. See, I take my wins and my losses like a man. I can't say that for the rest of y'all.
Hopped on Twitter, also hopped in my voicemail like David Kaplan did.
Cap should be ashamed of himself. I mean, all them he didn't hop in that voicemail to jump in the lake, did he?
Well, no, and also he anointed Justin Fields as the franchise quarterback, and he'll be better than Jordan Love, and that, and the other thing.
That went away. It must be. So it's so easy when you suck because all you got to do is just keep moving. Keep moving. So yeah, take your little victory lap as you should. Congrats.
We bring in Jason Wilde as we do every Monday, host of Wilde and Tausch, 9 to noon across these various stations. Jason Wilde, welcome to KBN.
How you guys doing?
Doing well, Jason.
We getting through, Jason. We getting through. Tough loss for our pack.
Well, you said our pack. It's not his pack.
When I say our pack, I'm talking about myself and KBN Nation and Packers Nation, not you or
Sure.
Ben Brust.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Neither of you are fans of the Packers.
I understand how they feel. I understand their frustration. Not sure I understand complaining about the media coverage, but I'm glad that that the way things are shaping up, they'll get to see another matchup at Soldier Field, and if that happens, I'll be very curious to see how it plays out.
Jason, we did play your question and answer with Matt Laflur about the special teams, and he took an approach of not talking specifically about the Romeo Doubs play, but more of an holistic view. I find it fascinating to not address what you had mentioned of like the opportunities missed because of special teams, though. That's the part that didn't sit right with me, not the defending his guy sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, everybody can view it however they'd like. The fact of the matter is that just because Sean McVay fired his special teams coordinator did not mean that the Packers were going to follow suit. And so I think there's at least a portion of the fan base that really expected Rich Bisaccia to be fired, wanted him to be fired, wanted that to be the news of the day yesterday. I already knew that was not going to happen. I don't see the value in asking him, are you going to fire Rich Bisaccia?
No, next question.
Because yes, and what I wanted would be why he's not firing him, which is exactly what we got. So again, I understand people's frustration. They don't have a direct line to Matt Lafleur or to Goody. They can reach us via social media more effectively. I get that. I'm not going to let you question my integrity as a reporter, though. I'm going to stand up for myself. But the bottom line is that Matt Lafleur views Rich Bisaccia, whether you agree or disagree as a fan, as not only a good coach, but kind of his consigliere that, he's the assistant head coach. He's someone that he respects. He is someone that I can tell you the players have a incredible amount of respect and affinity for him. He is extremely important to their culture. And so while he can be gruff with us at times, and certainly special teams is not good enough, I outlined all the different areas in my story today. At the same time, there are lots of people that are responsible for that. Certainly Rich Bisaccia is one. Brian Gutekunst not having a returner on the roster when he basically acquired a guy in Keyshawn Nixon who ended up just being a return guy during his first couple of years in Green Bay. So it's not like he's not willing to use a roster spot on a guy who is essentially just a returner, but they've tried Matthew Golden, who had never returned a punt in his life.
Spin move still sticks out in my head.
They've tried Davion Williams, who returned like a couple of kickoffs his freshman year at TCU. That's it. They've got Romeo Doubs out there with his great Gazoo giant helmet with the Guardian cap attached. Their return units have done nothing to help them. Their coverage units, on the other hand, have been pretty good. Their punter has been good. Their kicker, when healthy, has been good. But the mistake that is made by Romeo Doubs, this is different than the mistake in the NFC Championship game in Seattle. In that, someone did something they weren't supposed to do, right? Brandon Bostic tried to field the ball that he was supposed to be blocking for so Jordy Nelson could field it. Now, does the execution on that play deserve criticism, not only for Romeo botching it, but I didn't think the blocking was particularly good in front of him either.
Putrid.
So yes, there's
putrid blocking.
Right. So there's lots. My frustration is that I live in a place where I believe in nuance, and I am especially in the social media space surrounded by people that don't understand that at all and don't want to. They just want black or white answers, and that's not how this works. And so They were never firing Rich Bisaccia, and you got to hear why he's not firing him. And so, again, there were about 6 things that they screwed up in that game that if they do just one of them right, they win the game. And that is one of them. I personally think the coverage bust on the game-tying touchdown on 4th down, when you've stopped the previous 3 plays and you dial up a blitz that was, I understand it was a great throw. It ended up in the wide receiver, Ja'Day Walker's hands perfectly. But if he's guarded, that might be another one of the, if Keyshawn Nixon does what he's supposed to do, he might intercept that ball because it's thrown up in very much prayer fashion. And so, again, there's that play. There's obviously Josh Jacobs fumbling, going 0 for 5 in the red zone. Like, there's a bunch of reasons they lost. And all of those people deserve to be critiqued and criticized. But it's not as simple as just one thing or the other. Unfortunately, there are so many one things. As I said to Tausch this morning, it's such a weird game because basically, insert fill in the blank here was great until he or it wasn't. The defense was great until it wasn't. Malik Willis was great until he wasn't. Romeo Doubs was great until he wasn't. Like, there's just, I don't know if I remember a time where there were that many instances of that phrase being appropriate.
Jason Wilde joining us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. No Nortman TC running the show. Jason, I want to stick to the quarterback situation because Love's in concussion protocol. Malik Willis is not
shoulders
completely healthy.
Issues.
Is there a Phillip Rivers, on the line for the Packers?
Yeah, I mean, it's too bad. Too bad Aaron Rodgers is too busy quarterbacking the Steelers, right? I don't think they'll be calling Brett Favre. Now one guy that I don't know if he's on someone else's practice squad. I know he was released when Joe Burrow came back by the Bengals, was Sean Clifford. Again, I mean, you can't be picky. There's a guy that at least knows your system. In fact, he may know it better than Clayton Tune, who they picked up at the end of training camp to be the 3rd quarterback on the practice squad. No one wants to see, even me, who's extremely curious about how it might go. No, and that will not be the plan.
Jason, you dropped out. You said no one wants to see who?
Jaden Reed.
No, emergency QB. No. Where that was the Broncos of 3 years ago,
when they had to put a receiver quarterback.
So look, I think that they'll. I mean, I don't want to say anything that I can't say more certainty than this, and I'm not a neurologist, but because Jordan Love does not have a history of concussions. Because of the way he popped up afterward, because of kind of the tone that Matt Lafleur struck yesterday, I am of the belief that there's a good chance for him to clear the concussion protocol.
What's that tone,
know that,
Jason, that you said Matt Lafleur struck? Because I was
it sounded slightly. Yeah, I thought it was slightly optimistic.
Oh, I'll take it.
Yeah, he basically said, look, I have not talked to Jordan directly, but I've talked to others, which I'm sure are the medical staff, and they said he was doing much better.
That's good to hear.
As far as Malik Willis, again, the legend of Malik Willis is, despite the fumble, which he took full responsibility for, ton of respect for him, ton of respect for Romeo Doubs for saying it was 1,000% his fault. Would have liked Nate Hobbs to let Keyshawn Nixon talk, because I feel fairly certain Keyshawn Nixon would have done the same. But I thought Malik Willis was really, 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 really good. And he made a pretty big-time throw with a shoulder that wasn't functioning to Jaden Reed. So, if he has to be – if they're able to get Love back if he has to be, if Malik Willis has to be up but won't be 100%, and then they add Clayton Tune to their 53 for game day or their game day roster, I think then they're, I guess, as good as you can be given the circumstances. But no, I think there's still reason for concern. I do not want to make it sound like there's nothing to worry about and he's going to be fine. I just think that it feels like there's more reason for optimism than pessimism when it comes to Jordan Love's availability.
Jason, despite the loss, I want to get your takeaways from the Packers' defensive performance, because up until the end in the debacle, they really stepped up on a short week.
Yeah, without their superstar, right? I mean, that's not easy to do. I was talking to Sean Jones, who played for the 96 team with Chewy, and about the time that Reggie tore his hamstring, which he believes was not miraculously healed by God, but rather it wasn't as severe as Reggie made it seem in the moment. But we had a great conversation. He's such a smart dude. And he said exactly what I ended up hearing from the guys in the locker room, which was basically, look, man, like, there's a bunch of really good football players. We felt like, yeah, we've lost Reggie, but we still have a bunch of really good players. And that's exactly how the Packers felt. Now, they were also missing another one of their really good players, right, in Evan Williams. And I would argue that that probably factored in some way to that fourth down play that ties the game. Like, and by the way, he made a mistake on the interception that won the game, right? So he's not infallible. But, you know, you have a guy who's been lights out as the slot guy in Javon Bullard.
And Jason, really quickly, at safety, he plays so well. I mean, he's coming up, making great. Just surprised.
Yep, totally agree. Totally agree. I mean, he has elevated his game. He has been really impressive. I think you have reason to be excited about him. I'm glad you interrupted me, because I don't want it to sound like, oh, they moved him to safety and he stunk. No. He was really, really good. I do wonder if he's playing there instead, because look, how much has Nate Hobbs actually played this season, right? Like, he's been in and out of the lineup. Even when he's suited up, they've still used Bullard more at the nickel position, right? And so is it possible that miscommunication doesn't happen if either Evan Williams is at safety and Bullard is at the slot, or if they say, you know what, we know Bullard would be a really good safety in this game, but we need him more at slot, and we'll play Zane Anderson instead. That's why I asked Laflur about that yesterday. Again, not because I didn't think Javon Bullard played well. You know, the other half measure is, you know, you play him at safety in the base, and then you play him at the nickel spot in sub packages, and you bring Zane Anderson off the bench. That's the other option. And again, it's easy to do that after the fact, but I had a leery feeling about playing Nate Hobbs. And whether or not that was his fault, I don't know. But clearly the communication was a problem, and he was part of that communication.
Jason, I heard Tausch say, again, there's nothing obviously to give up on because the NFC is wide open. Do you believe that the Bears would be the best opponent in the playoffs as it lines up?
Yeah, I mean, look, I know Seattle won a big game at home against the Rams. They're right now the number 1 seed, right? But, you know, there's still more games to be played. That NFC West, man, I mean, what the 49ers have managed to do, by the way.
Those injuries, for sure.
Is really, really impressive. So whoever wins the NFC West will be the number 1 seed, I would think. And that's probably Seattle, but maybe not. I guess I would say that I think the Packers are better than the Bears, and I know this stuff gets posted on social media, and then I've got all those jackwagons coming after me.
Join the party.
Are they really, Jason?
I do. I think they are.
What they mad
I
at
really
you for?
do. Now,
no, he's talking about the Packers being better than the Bears.
Yeah, no, they are. But again, that's fine. I would. The one thing I would say, and again, I don't know how Bears fans feel because I haven't talked to any of them in the last day and a half.
I just pop in the
But I would
YouTube
be
chat
very-
at ESPN Milwaukee. Yeah, good
They
pulse.
do. Yeah, they do. They're always looking. I would have a little bit of nerves. I wouldn't be uber confident about the Packers, my team being the better team. Now, again, that doesn't mean that the Bears can't beat the Packers. I got exactly what I wanted is the reality here, right? I told you guys I wanted this rivalry to be legit. I told you I wanted these two quarterbacks to be dueling for the next decade. And now the signs are pointing to that being a possibility, which it wasn't before.
Well, I'll leave you with this. I'll leave you this voicemail to get a perspective of ESPN's David Kaplan leaving a voicemail for me after the game.
Take that! Caleb Williams sticks it up your take that! Take that! Take that!
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Jason.
God, I am so different than other people who do this job. It's incredible.
Jason.
All right, guys.
Jason, you know I'm a Packers fan, but I ain't
I
never
do.
going that far. Like, that is crazy. I guess I win a lot.
Yeah, well, you do. You get to experience that a lot. Hey, let me just be clear. I'm thankful for all of the fans who make my job relevant. I'm not curing childhood cancer over here, so I appreciate that people care as much as they do. I'm glad they listen to you guys. Glad they listen to us, and I'm glad that we're able to serve our fans the way we do. You guys are great teammates, even though sometimes I call you knuckleheads. So Merry Christmas to you both, and I'll talk to you at some point here in the next few days.
Sounds good. We appreciate it, Jason.
Christmas, happy holidays, Jason.
All right, boys. Take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde and Tausch, 9 to noon across these very stations. And if you're looking for the perfect holiday gift or you just want to upgrade your gear, well, I got the place for you. It's Iron Jock. It is that silver ion technology that keeps the odor out. It's also super comfortable. Wear it when I'm playing hoops, the long sleeve, the hoodie around the house on the weekends. Literally, they have everything, hoodies, tees, shorts, and more. Stock up at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com. And right now, if you are caller number 14, 800-990-3776, you will win an Iron Jock tumbler. Seen those around the office. They are phenomenal. Caller 14, 800-990-3776, and you will win the Iron Jock tumbler. That's 800-990-3776. Caller 14. More KBN next.
KBN.
But I got a bone to pick with Strofe next. More
Bone
questions?
to pick? I have a question, yeah. How are babies made?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 59. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out The Best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
It's the holiday season, a special time to celebrate with family, friends, and coworkers. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Let us help you with your holiday celebration. Whether you're having a small family gathering, a bigger bash with friends and relatives, or a company party, we've got everything you need at the lowest prices in town. Discount Liquor is your one-stop gift shop with over 100 varieties of liquor, beer, and wine gift sets for everyone on your list. Visit us today at 51st in Oklahoma in Milwaukee and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com. And from our family to yours, have a happy and safe holiday season.
Discount liquor.
Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan. Less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Looking for a new car, truck, or SUV? Now's the time to buy, because Ewald Automotive Group's year-end sale is here. We're saying yes to the lowest prices of the year on over 1,500 new and pre-owned vehicles. Yes to 0% financing. Yes to maximum trade values. And yes to no payments until 2026. Ewald's year-end sale. Now through year-end. Go to EwaldAuto.com.
To approve credit on select models. Interest accrues from date of purchase. Expires month end. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, no Brad Nortman, no Alex Strope. So we have Tony Cartagena running the show. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless talk and text line. Liss is more. YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Jason Wilde says he believes the Packers are still better than the Bears as they split the regular season. Will they see him in the playoffs? TBD. I also thought it was interesting from our interview with Jason. You can go listen back at the ESPN Wisconsin app or YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison, that his vibe from Matt Lafleur, although he's not proclaiming anything because he is in concussion protocol, is based off the fact that he has no concussion history. More of a optimistic tune from Jason on the Jordan Love front.
The quote was more optimism than pessimism.
And you take that, obviously, with the shoulder injury to Malik Willis. And obviously, and I saw this AJ in the Berg, your dog, Kyle. It is not out of the realm of possibility that the 49ers and Lions beat the Packers and the Packers win out. Ravens, Lamar Jackson, if we have not mentioned this, is day-to-day with a back contusion. It'll be Snoop Huntley as the backup there. And the Minnesota Vikings with a solid defense and J.J. McCarthy, who I just wouldn't trust in a meaningful football game with something on the line.
Did he get hurt on Sunday?
Something weird there. But again,
he left in the second quarter.
Everything that matters is, again, what's still in front of you is you're one win away from making the playoffs, and you still have 2 regular season games for the Bears to play. And it's not out of the realm of possibility that they win this division. Did they make it hard on themselves? Absolutely. It was there for the taking, and they didn't grab it. More specifically, somebody else didn't grab it.
Romeo Dobbs.
But it's there, and I don't want to lose sight of that because it is one game in an 18-week, 17 regular season here. So let's remember that you have more football. Even as banged up as you were, you competed at a high level. The Bears execute at the end. You give them credit for that. But again, seeing them is not something I'm scared of. And I don't think any Packer fan is walking away scared of the Chicago Bears. It's the Bears who are excited that they have something to cheer for.
Be excited about. I mean, honestly, just again, being honest, you have to be delusional if you watch those 2 games and you came away as a Bears fan thinking that your team is clearly better than the Packers. I would say when you look at both those games, the 28-21 victory, pretty closely matched. This last game, the Packers were consistently up by 2 scores in this game until the end. So, I mean, just being fair and balanced, I would say that the Green Bay Packers are slightly ahead of the Chicago Bears, but it'll be anybody's game. But as Packers fans and the team, as we know, they're going to be focused on Baltimore. I don't care whatever happens. Like, would you rather? I don't care who we play. I don't care who we play in the playoffs. I just think that we need to make sure we handle business and take care of what we need to what's in front of us, which is the Baltimore Ravens, and after we play the Ravens and take care of the Vikings, and let everything play out. We can't be looking ahead about who we're going to play or whatever it is. All the Packers can do is handle business, win these next 2 games, and if they win the NFC North, fantastic, that's great. If not, and they end up being a 6 or 7 seed, that's okay. Bring on whoever we got to play.
Real quick, I know this isn't like looking at the Bears game, but the way that game ended and everything we know that the Packers have to win one more, other stuff has to play out, Am I the only fan that's just like, I don't really care about last weekend anymore? I'm extremely excited for Saturday. I can't wait to get
I would
back
disagree
onto
with
the
that
field.
because you made it harder to get a home game. You made it harder to get a home game on yourselves by kicking yourselves in the foot.
Hot take, I don't actually care about playing at home. I just wish they were going to play in a dome.
The Packers have done the 7-seed route the last 2 years. Just wanted to see something different than having to do 3 straight years as
That's
that
also
7-6 seed.
fair. Yeah.
I'm with you on that. The Packers got to be healthy as well, and that's something that they just have not been able to be. I mean, year one, when they were healthy under Jordan Love, you saw them make that run in the playoffs, having a heartbreaking loss to the 49ers in the divisional round. Last year, you saw them against the Eagles where they were absolutely beat up. The Packers have to find a way to put together a full season where they can have most of their dogs still at the end of the day. And unfortunately, again, as we make this playoff run, your quarterback's beat up. You don't have your tight end. You lost Michael Parsons. The offensive line has been inconsistent. You lost Zach Tom. There's just a lot of missing pieces there. But you have to overcome that. That's what being
every team's
about.
beat up.
All right, cool. Don't be excited about Saturday. Got it.
No, it's not being excited about Saturday. It's more so there is a 48 hours, even 72 hours if you want to be like, hey, we made it harder on ourselves when everything was in front of us. Despite
100%.
everything that has gone on this season, it was right there for the taking.
But unlike Seattle in 2014 and some debacles, they're not eliminated.
No.
Like this sucked, but it's still, everything is still out there. Like, just go and get it.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you as we get ready to turn the page.
And Josh from Kenosha, if you stay there, I'll get to you because you did set yourself up the right way of preparing for disaster, and you have a moment to celebrate.
A real Bears fan coming up here.
But again, I love the Princeton Club. 24 hours, 24/7. They are open, clean health club. You walk in, you feel the vibe, you feel the atmosphere. And again, the Christmas present where I was told from my wife that I actually listen, which was like a smile that I had not seen in a long time, was getting tennis lessons for her at the New Berlin Club. And again, every club has something different in the Princeton Club to make it, a place for you to get better or for you to enjoy something. So whatever your goal is, big or small, you can have that strong body, that strong mind, and help provide a strong community. It's a wonderful place. You'll feel the environment, you'll feel the atmosphere, and you'll get better there. So lock in your rate right now because it will lock in for all of next year if you sign up at the Princeton Club for a better tomorrow. We wrap up the ESPN Wisconsin portion, head to the 4 and 4 hour at 4. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Babe Ruth was short, fat. Well, I don't know how short he was. He looked short in the video. He was fat. He was stubby. He looked fat. He tried it. He didn't have a sprint. Have you ever seen Babe Ruth sprint? I wonder how many steals he had. 0.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Can you feel it? It's the thrill of witnessing a walk-off grand slam, a game-winning touchdown, a buzzer-beating 3. Yeah, you know the feeling. And there's only one place to experience that raw exhilaration. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Catch all the action in a supreme space with dozens of sports betting kiosks, cool drinks, luxe seating, great food, fiery atmosphere, and a monster video wall. Become a legend at Potawatomi Sportsbook. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
College hockey fans, get ready because the ice is heating up in Milwaukee for the Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off. 4 powerhouse programs, 2 action-packed days, 1 champion. It's Wisconsin, Boston College, Lake Superior State, and the defending national champion, Western Michigan. Battling it out December 28th and 29th at Fiserv Forum. Feel every bone-rattling hit and every clutch goal as these elite programs collide for holiday bragging rights. Tickets are moving fast. Grab yours today at Ticketmaster.com or the Fiserv Forum box office. The Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off. 4 teams, 1 trophy. Who will own the ice?
Hey sports fans, looking to level up your next private event? V Private Bar Services is your game changer. Move beyond the ordinary. V Private Bar Services crafts custom cocktails tailored to your brand and your guests' tastes. Imagine a bar experience that's as unique as your business. Our expert mixologists will create a memorable experience that your clients and team will rave about. From signature cocktails to full-service bars, we've got you covered. Be the MVP of your next event. Visit vprivatebar.com to book today.
Christmas is just around the corner, and if you still have gifts to buy, the best place to do that is Macy's Great Gift Sale. Get amazing deals on last-minute gifts like fine jewelry and fragrance sets, boxed and ready to give. And everything from designer bags to Nespresso coffee makers at 30 to 60% off. Plus, your Macy's is the most festive place this holiday, so come in and find everything left on your list all in one place. The Great Gift Sale ends Wednesday at Macy's. Savings off select prices. Exclusions apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-572-3344. That's 800-572-3344.
One of the best things about the holidays is going home and spending time with family and friends. One of the worst things, getting there. Holiday travel can be tough, especially driving. If you or a loved one needs help after an accident this holiday season, we're here for you. Our top-notch team of experienced professionals is available 24/7. Be safe this holiday season. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, no Brad Nortman, no Strofe, Tony Cartagena running the show. 800-990-3776 is the Carpus Talking text line. We'll go to Josh Kenosha, who's been open about the Bears and how he was not setting himself up for a win. But you got your win, Josh, so go ahead.
Well, first and foremost, you guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
You too.
Thank you, Josh. You as well, man.
If this game had ended with the Packers winning, I don't think it would have been the end of the world for the Bears. But at the same time, I said last week to you guys, if the Packers lost, they still have a very good path to the playoffs and possibly the division, which you guys echoed. The Packers were the better team for 55-plus minutes. They deserved to win. Am I happy that the Bears won? Yes. Am I happy they beat the Packers? Yes. But I don't feel good about it. For 55 minutes, the Bears' offense was pathetic. And the first drive of the game, that 4th and 1 play was just mind-boggling. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. And especially after the Packers had gifted you with their own 4th down mistake in the red zone on the previous drive. So I'm okay with Bears fans celebrating a win, but let's not get carried away. Let's not leave people voicemails and claim it was something that it wasn't, because the Bears did not deserve to win. And I really don't think it's going to be a third match in the playoffs. Something tells me the Eagles are going to sneak in to get the 2 seed. And something tells me the Packers are going to sneak in to get the 3.
Well, I appreciate you, Josh. I got to get out here in about 10 seconds, so appreciate the call. We got Jim, Matt, and Molly up next in Madison, the Damn Sports Show in Beaver Dam. We continue on in 2 minutes on 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
His career success rate was 51%. That's trash.
That is trash. That's really bad.
I'm Ricky Henderson in 1923. I want y'all to understand that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We are seeing a little bit of a backup heading southbound on 43 right through the Marquette interchange. And that's pretty much it for that roadway. Westbound is a bit backed up from 27th Street all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound, you're tightening up right through the Barker Road area. And then again from just before 84th Street to Hawley Road. Northbound on 41, backing up from Mayfair Road all the way to Capitol. Southbound now starting to get into the act. We got delays from about Hampton down past Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, a slight chance for a drizzle or flurry. Mostly cloudy, a low of 32. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and mild, a high of 42. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Homer here for Window Nation's end of the year sale. It's cold here in Milwaukee, and if you've been thinking about new windows, it's good you waited, because during Window Nation's end of the year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years. On windows that stop the cold wintry drafts, seal out moisture, and so energy efficient, you'll save money on your utility bills. Installed in 1 day. Lifetime warranty and an 8+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale ends soon. Don't miss out on big savings. WindowNation.com to get started.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night 04 Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Bank 5-9 keeps the awards rolling in. Named a top workplace for 16 straight years and named Best Bank in the Milwaukee area by the Community Choice Award, Bank 5-9 continues to show how they're making lives better and they're continuing to serve everybody in the community. Your financial situation is too important to leave it to just anybody. So you got to focus on someplace that is a true local community bank that's been around for a long time. Bank 5-9, it stands for 1859. If you've been around that long, you know you're doing things the right way. Visit a branch, give them a call, or visit Bank 5-9 today to learn how they can make your life a little bit better. Bank 5-9. Member FDIC. Pain has a way of stealing the moments that matter most, especially during the holidays. It's not just your knees, your back, or your shoulders. It's time with family and friends. But in 2026, that all could change when your body remembers how to heal. It just needs a little help finding the way back. Dr. Ashley Caravelli and her team at QC Kinetics here in Milwaukee believe relief doesn't just come from surgery or pain pills. They use your body's own natural healing abilities to repair and restore what's been lost. It's your body's comeback story, powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery, just your body remembering how to feel alive again. QC Kinetics delivers that long-term relief that you're finally looking for. Make the new year your turning point where pain stops defining you. It's time to take that first step. Literally, time to walk, enjoy the holidays, live without pain, and live without hesitation. With QC Kinetics, healing is within reach. Schedule your free consultation today at QC Kinetics. Give them a call at 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on KBN.
He is Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust. No Bradley Nortman. No Alex Strove. So we have Tony Cartagena, producer of Thanalysis Show. Get it wherever you get your podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. That's Thanalysis Show. That's where Tony does the majority of his work, but he's in for Alex Strove. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. If you're just joining and you want to get some of the blame game out of your system, we will take that. Also, this was a voicemail that I received at 11 o'clock at night after the Packers-Bears game. None other than David Kaplan of ESPN 1000. Mornings, Cap and J. Hood.
Take Caleb Williams sticks it up your take that, take that, take that.
I am so glad you sent him to voicemail.
And they say I'm unlikable.
That's a grown man right there. That's a grown man.
Oh,
cackling, excited, yelling and screaming.
Grown man, grown child.
I guess so.
He's a grown child.
He is a grown child, but I mean, he suffered for so long. So I mean, I guess being 1-1.
But he's also the one who said there's going to be a Caleb Williams statue next to Michael Jordan one day.
He's delusional. He just gets excited. To be so excited, to be 1-1, to split is something that has him overjoyed and over the moon. So go ahead, let the little guy have it. Let Champ. Good job, Champ. Go ahead and celebrate that.
I was debating. It was Devil Angel on, like, as I was putting together the kitchen as we were celebrating, my wife and daughter's Christmas because we're going to be out of town. It was like, Devil, I want to get in the engagement on the phone with him. Angel, just let him talk to nobody.
You did.
Let
the
him
right
talk
thing.
to nobody, and I know I did the right thing. Earlier this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, mornings 94.5 ESPN. A lot of producers out. Josh DiMaggio taking out. Brian D, content director, filling in.
No, there is no one here.
We're here?
We're us three. Do you know how many people requested off that they put me back here for the first time in 2 years?
That's a good point.
There's no one here.
No is a full sentence. They should have just said no.
So you'll hear Brian D's voice here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy as he asked a question to Mark Chmura, the Packers Hall of Famer, earlier this morning. Ba-bam. Pa-pow. Pa-chee.
If they go to Chicago in the first round and lose again?
I mean, there's a chunk of me that could possibly see policy fire Laflur and keep Hafley. Hafley's going to be a head coach unless he doesn't want to be a head coach. But here's the problem. I mean, he's talking, he had that press conference and gushing over Micah Parsons and he's going to break the sack record. He ain't doing.
That's a snippet there of the hypothetical of losing to the Bears in the playoffs. And I think part of this is why I want to get into this conversation is I think heading into the Denver game, when you see where the team was before you lose Micah Parsons and Zach Tom, which you really needed at the end of that game, when you have the best pass rush, one of the best pass rushes in the NFL, breathing down your neck when you need some offense. I think the reason why, as someone who's been very critical on Matt Lafleur, is I've come to the conclusion that I think he has his opportunity these final two games and in the playoffs. I'm not saying it's end-all, be-all, but obviously if they lose these next two games, Ed Policy has said he doesn't like lame duck coaches and GMs. The new Packers president taking over for Mark Murphy. We don't know a ton about him, but that is something we do know. And with 2 years left on both Goody and LaFleur, this is an evaluation period. It's not your job is on the line. It's who are we going to get? And you've had a Hall of Fame quarterback. You've been to 2 NFC Championship games. You have an unbelievable regular season record, 3-5 in the postseason. You beat, with Jordan Love in 2023, the Dallas Cowboys. You lose to the eventual champions last year in the Philadelphia Eagles. With as wide open as the NFC is, I think Matt LaFleur has the opportunity these next two games, without knowing what's going to happen with the Bears against the Niners and the Lions, to show what this team has continued to be made of from a culture and how you bounce back from losing Micah and bounce back from the debacle of the last 5 minutes in overtime of this Saturday game. Be like, here's what I'm made of, because this is a lot of turbulence. How are you going to fly out of it?
Dude, I mean, one thing we got to recognize is that I don't like this take of Jeff Hafley taking over from Matt LaFleur, because it basically diminishes all the work that Matt LaFleur has done to get this organization to where it is. Remember, we moved on from Aaron Rodgers and brought in Jordan Love when we were unsure exactly what Jordan Love was going to be. That team was 3-6, and he was able to elevate that team along with Jordan Love to make the playoffs and, like you said, make a little playoff run. Last year, they backed it up with an 11-win season, didn't finish the way that we would like, but then you come into this year and they have some turmoil, but look what they do. They bounce back. You're talking about they were up against the Denver Broncos in Denver, a good team, and then Micah goes down, Christian goes down, and everything really just unravels. But to me, what was so impressive on Saturday was the team was already down Micah Parsons and down Evan Williams, and they still went in there and they fought their behinds off. And then to make matters worse, you lose your franchise quarterback early in that game, and what happens? Malik Willis comes in and he stays composed. The reason why Malik was so composed is because of the coach that he has in Matt Laflur understanding how to put him in a position to succeed. So we have to understand that we have to appreciate what Matt Lafleur has done and what he is doing for this team. Have we won a Super Bowl with him? No. And that is extremely disappointing. But he is putting us in the position and going in the right direction to win a Super Bowl. If Micah Parsons does not go down, we're having a completely different conversation today. Because remember, the Green Bay Packers were trending in the direction of a top 3 pick.
They had the second best odds to win the Super Bowl.
Okay, and so when you lose Micah Parsons and you lose Jordan Love, that's extremely devastating. So let's not sit here in one loss and a debacle end of a game to all of a sudden move to, do we want to have Jeff Hafley as the coach? No. Matt LaFleur's the guy. He'll get the extension.
All right, Kyle, but I got to ask you, and I do think, what Chewy said earlier this morning, Hafley over LaFleur or whatever, I thought it was a stupid question by Brian because he's looking at losing in the playoffs already. But when you look at the Packers season, I would look at it this way. You look at the Packers season, they had a meltdown against Cleveland. They had let's look at those two. They had the meltdown on Saturday. They seem to be very close to being like a 12-3 or 12-2 team, whatever that could be.
Yeah.
Is that on the head coach?
I mean,
are these second half debacles? Where do you point the finger? Because at some point, it's going to be on the head coach.
Yeah, a lot. When you lose games like that where you have these falling apart at the end, that does fall.
And if it is consistently kind of the same way.
But over the last couple of years.
We're looking at, again, there's wins and there's losses. And so, again, we cannot ignore the times where his coaching has put us over the top in blowout games or his coaching was able to get us to victories.
But it's all about the playoffs, especially as a Packer backer. You want more. It's been since 2010.
It is about the playoffs. And so we'll definitely be going to see what this team
Since
can
they've
do.
been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see what this team's going to do because the defense showed us something that they can get back to what they were last year despite not having Micah Parsons, which is a bright spot for them. If we can get healthy offensively, as healthy as we can get, since we're not going to get Tucker Kraft back, the Packers still have a glimmer of hope of an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl because if the defense we got on Saturday is the same defense we'll have for the remainder of the season, the Packers are going to be okay.
Let's go to Matt and Brown Deer, 800-990-3776.
Oh,
You're up with KBN on the Carbless Talk and Text line.
How's it going, Dave?
What's happening, Matt?
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good stuff. I had a couple of things. First off, I was so happy with 2 minutes left that the Packers were going to win because Love was out, because Josh Jacobs was out. Everybody was hurt everywhere, and they were going to still win the game. They didn't. The Packers are clearly the better team. I'm not worried about the Bears. The one thing I did want to ask you, Malik Willis is a great quarterback. He's going to be a hot commodity next year. But I noticed something, and I would like to find an answer to it. Whenever Willis comes in a game, all of a sudden the running backs have huge holes to run through. They were kicking off 8, 10, 6-yard runs over and over again. What is different? Why is there big holes when Willis is in the game and not when Love is in the game?
Yeah, when you have to account for another guy in the backfield to run the ball, Malik Willis is a threat with his legs. So whenever you have to account for him, it freezes defensive ends. Like guys have to make sure you can't crash down the line.
That's why they took advantage of the read option, which no one was preparing for leading up to that game.
They take advantage enough in the second half in the fourth quarter, if you ask me.
But shoulder.
Well, he didn't get hurt to the last play.
That's true.
And so, but for me, that's what it does. That's why a dual threat quarterback, it puts so much stress on the defense because you have to account for that quarterback being able to be dangerous with his legs. So typically that allows for other things to open up. That's why they're so nice. So that's why when you find a guy like a Pat Mahomes who can run the ball a little bit, they're so dangerous. Michael Vick, extremely dangerous. Lamar Jackson, extremely dangerous. That's why they're able to run the ball. Jalen Hurts, those type of guys are so dynamic and dangerous. Hell, that's why the dang Jaguars are able to do something right now because Trevor Lawrence can use his legs as well.
I do like to see the Kyle Wallace energy coming on the Carbless Talk and Text line. Val in Iowa.
What up, Val?
Romeo Dobbs is who I blame.
No, Val.
Defense played great without Micah Parsons and Evan Williams. Bears don't want to see us again in the playoffs. We heard that from our Brown Deer folk. Again, I think we've said it enough. Nobody's walking away after 2 games against the Chicago Bears and being, I'm so scared to face them in the playoffs, whether it's at Lambeau or in Soldier Field.
And you know what's so crazy about this? And again, you can't change the end result. And again, I'm going to give kudos to where it's deserved because the Chicago Bears had an opportunity and they seized it. And that's what you do when you are a winning team, and that's what they are this year. They are a winning team. But do you understand how different the narrative is if Romeo Doubs recovers that ball? Like that,
we all did the same thing. There was 5 minutes left when they kicked the field goal. I said, all right, 2-score game, you're feeling confident. I did not expect the Cleveland Browns type ending to happen, except it happened in a worse way. So many different things.
It really did.
Including overtime.
No,
and that's where I'm hung up on Tony's question is, this season, obviously he's going to coach out the rest of the season. There's no in-season firing of Matt Lafleur.
But at what? Going to say,
I know. But my overall point is, at what point do the way the Packers lose go to the culture and the leadership of the opportunities missed because of execution?
Nah, I'm not doing that.
Again, you don't have to because the division's not out of the realm.
You refuse to acknowledge it.
No, because I wholeheartedly believe there's 31 other football teams who have heartbreak, who have debacles. Like you're talking about, you can look in Detroit with Dan Campbell, who's done a great job with that team, where they have heartbreak. It's just what happens as part of sports. So I'm not going to sit here and point out Matt Lafleur as if he's doing something that's different when it comes to losses. Heartbreak is part of the sport, man, and you're going to make some poor decisions that are going to cost your team the game, and then there's going to be times where guys don't execute that cost you the game. This last one comes down to execution. I'm not putting this on coaching. I'm putting it on guys making plays. You can't coach Xavier McKinney not to pick off that ball. You can't coach. I mean, you try to. You coach up Keyshawn Nixon to be in a position, but he just didn't do what he's supposed to do. Romeo Doubs was in a position to get the ball.
Took a step back, like he takes a step back on punt returns.
Yeah. Warren Brinson was in a position to make a play, but then he grabbed the face mask. So again, it just comes down to the players have to do their job. We can sit here and point the finger at coaches all the time, but players have to perform. And unfortunately for the Packers, they had too many mistakes when it mattered the most and allowed the Bears to have an opening, and the Bears seized it, and that's why they won.
I don't know who Alex Strofe gave the dog of the game to, but make sure you tune in. We'll have to do, I don't know, is it possible to do a Green Bay props and preview tomorrow for KBN? Because that's presented by Sit Mean Sit. And, of course, on Green Bay game night, tune in with Homer and Tausch for the dog of the game. Who would you have given that to? Bullard?
Oh, man, he was an absolute beast. Malik
Willis.
Malik Willis would have been my dog.
But if your dogs don't listen, you ask yourself, why don't they listen to what I say? Well, there's a solution for you, and that is Sit Mean Sit dog training. You can have a happy, confident, obedient dog by getting a consultation with Matt and his team. Talk about what you have going on. You take the dog in, you figure out the best plan, and boom, you will have that happy, confident, and obedient dog. So contact Sit Mean Sit Dog Training in Milwaukee or Waukesha, sitmeansit.com. Milwaukee and Waukesha pages to schedule that free consultation. We continue on, and we'll have the Wheel of Tony, not the Wheel of Strofe at some point here on Kyle, Brust, Nortman. We're here till 5 o'clock leading into Homer Hour. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman reacting to the Packers and Bears from Saturday night.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're 92. It's,
yeah.
I thought it was 93. You said 93.
Almost 93.
When's his birthday?
May.
It's July.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The holidays are the perfect time to thank the people who make your business shine. At Alpha Custom Apparel, we help you create custom gifts and branded apparel that show true appreciation. Whether it's polished polos for your sales team, cozy quarter zips for employees, or thoughtful giveaways for your best clients. We make it easy with fast turnaround, creative options, and Midwest service you can count on. This season, give gifts that build pride and strengthen relationships long after the holidays are over. Visit alphacustomapparel.com and start your holiday gifting today.
College hockey fans, get ready because the ice is heating up in Milwaukee for the Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off. 4 powerhouse programs, 2 action-packed days, 1 champion. It's Wisconsin, Boston College, Lake Superior State, and the defending national champion Western Michigan. Battling it out December 28th and 29th at Fiserv Forum. Feel every bone-rattling hit and every clutch goal as these elite programs collide for holiday bragging rights. Tickets are moving fast. Grab yours today at Ticketmaster.com or the Fiserv Forum box office. The Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off. 4 teams, 1 trophy. Who will own the
the ice. This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
The holidays are full of moments worth saving. Family dinners, cozy nights, holiday parties that last all night. And Carbless makes every one of them better. Crisp, refreshing, and full of flavor. 0 sugars, 0 carbs, and only 100 calories and gluten-free. Carbless is the gift that keeps on giving. A guilt-free cocktail that never compromises on taste, turning every sip into a little celebration. This season, bring bliss to every holiday moment with Carbless. Full of flavor, no compromise.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman taking it to the Homer Hour at 5 o'clock. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Tony Cartagena in for Alex Strofe. No Brad Nortman. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. And again, if you have your blame, if you have your opinion, Kyle and I say the same thing as we did heading into this weekend, as nothing has changed about who the Chicago Bears are. And if you play them again, it's not a scared thing. It is you see what the team did over the game. Now they made mistakes and the Bears capitalized. You give them their kudos for that, but nothing changes.
They haven't played a complete football game against the Packers. They haven't. You had one really bad half, and then you had a really good second half.
Neither have
and then
the Packers.
No, the Packers definitely.
The second half.
The
second half of the first game. You think that was complete?
It wasn't. Well, you're right. It wasn't a full complete game, but I'm saying for them overall, they had a good second half of football, and then they had a really good last 3 minutes of football here. So again, when I look at it, the Packers are definitely the better football team, but they're not. The Bears have closed the gap.
Well. Here's a tweet from Waddle and Sylvie, who are on ESPN 1000. Sylvie I've gotten to know pretty well. He texted me as well, as he said the next morning. He tweeted what a great hangover it is. So, Cap, Sylvie, they're all tweeting me.
This is a regular season win, is it not?
Well, hang on. This is why I'm glad you said that. This is the pre-show tweet from Waddle and Sylvie. What a weekend! The Bears are in the postseason. Bears miraculous win over the Packers in what is a dream season. Okay. A dream season in Week 16?
That's
a dream season in Week 16 is all I needed to see.
No, they're a Disney movie. That's what it is. The Bears are a Disney movie. They're a Disney movie. But
in the Disney movies, they still find a way to go do something further in the playoffs.
This is a complete joke. Their expectations are extremely low, and it's just a little bit, tad bit much.
A dream season.
Do they not think this is all a tad bit much? This type of talk, the voicemails, the cheese grate, this is all much for a Week 16 game.
You know what? We haven't hit the cheese graters. Dude. DJ Moore wearing in the locker room. Caleb Williams helping out the community, putting on the cheese grater.
You're 1-1 this year against the team. What are we doing? I'm so serious that the Bears, the team should be better than this. They should be more focused in this than celebrating this one.
But it's a dream season.
No, you're focusing on the wrong word there, Ben. You can't say definitively your team is better and still call the win miraculous.
That's very true.
If we looked up the definition,
This
throwing it out there.
All I can think about when I hear how many times this game from the Packers and Bears have been called a miracle, I think of the movie.
Yeah, and guess what?
The dream, like the college kids against the Soviets. Like that's what miracle is. Al Michaels on the broadcast.
I guess this was a little bit of a
Mark
miracle
Johnson. We know him. He's winning that. He's actually winning championships at University of Wisconsin women's hockey team.
Yeah, I mean, this is...
that's what I think of when I think of miracle, something actually miraculous, which is what they're saying this is.
Yeah,
which is the evidence, as Tony says, that we need to know that they know they're not as good as the Green Bay Packers.
That's why it's like we can just let them talk right now. Like, that's fine. Celebrate for the first time you've been able to in 40-something years. That's cool. It's kind of sad.
Let's go to Austin and Waukesha. Are you enjoying your dream season?
What a great win on Saturday night, guys. Really, really, really looking forward to any potential playoff matchup because I couldn't feel better about where the Bears stand versus the Packers, especially considering Rome and Luther were both out. One thing I want to bring up to you guys because I just saw a social post, Kyle talking about Romeo Doubs being in position on the onside kick. This goes back to I don't think Matt Lafleur can handle being a head coach and a play caller. There's too many things that slip through the cracks from the head coaching role.
So the Bears fans get to call in and talk about success of a winning football team.
You're telling me you're going to put a guy who wears a Guardian cap on?
Okay. I see you there.
I like this guy. What's his name?
This is in Austin and Waukesha.
Tell him to aggressively go after a ball, even though he wears a Guardian cap and has been hit in the head.
Enough of this guy. I see his point. I will say, for the amount of times that Romeo Doubs was back there in punt return, there's been tweets about Romeo Doubs ever since he got this Guardian cap. His Guardian cap looks 50,000 times bigger than anyone else in the NFL that I've seen Guardian caps on other teams. For some reason, his looks 10 times bigger than even Savion Williams, who wears the Guardian cap for the Green Bay Packers.
I mean, Austin has a point. I mean...
But to Romeo's credit, he had said he's on the hands team when they practice scenarios, and all teams in every sport practice scenarios.
No. I'm just saying. When you're on the hands team, you could get lit up.
Would it be your first? Okay, let's put it on the poll on Twitter at KBN ESPN.
I would be hesitant.
If you were the head coach or special teams coach of the Green Bay Packers, would you put someone with a Guardian cap on the hands team?
We are not pulling that.
Why? Why? It's a serious question.
Does it affect your vision?
Bro, he legitimately has been in concussion protocol. This is part of what
mental. Because again,
two different things you guys are saying.
I'm saying he's been lit up, and it's probably not a safe spot for the guy to be in. Punt returning
so Ben is saying it's a safety issue. Kyle, you're saying he's soft.
No. I'm saying mentally, if I got lit up and I had concussions to the point where I said I need to put on a Guardian cap, the last thing I want to do is be in a position where I'm the guy getting the ball that 5 to 6 guys are running after. I mean, like, listen.
It reminds us of growing up, which I don't know what the Rumble fumble is what we'll call it in grade school.
Like, I'm telling you this right now because, listen, all it takes is one bobble, you get lit up, and that's what's going to happen. And so, he got good hands, but mentally, I know he was thinking when he looked up and he started backing up, he said, "Oh my goodness."
Well, Tony, we both enjoy this movie, Waterboy, the onside kick. Who's it gonna be? And he goes down the line and he sees the guy shaking. He goes, "There's my bleep."
I guarantee you,
Carlos Santos, if he had a brain, he's like, "I'm gonna onside kick it to the Guardian cap guy."
Yeah, and they executed, and it worked. And here we are.
Random question that I think is fascinating. Will Jordan Love be wearing a Guardian cap?
I can promise you he will not be.
Oh, man.
This is quite all fascinating to me. These Bears fans and
but if we're being honest, but from the Austin call, if we're being honest, you're Rich Bisaccia, you're Matt Lafleur. Hands or no hands, the guy with the Guardian cap with, as you mentioned, 5 to 6 guys ready to lay the wood on
You don't have too many choices on this team. You can't put Christian Watson in that position. He was on the field, but you can't put him in that position. You put Jaden Reed out there, but Jaden Reed, he already hurt his shoulder earlier this year, so you never know what could happen to him, and he was on the right side of it. Matthew Golden's a rookie. Savion Williams, you don't trust to be there. Honestly, the guy that you put there is Tucker Craft, and he's gone.
Yeah, he would have got it.
You guys, Guardian Cap or not, Romeo Doubs is the correct decision there. Like
I don't know.
He's as sure-handed as it comes.
He is.
Oh,
he
yeah?
is.
What does the evidence say now? Took a step back because he knows 5 to 6 guys, especially with the poor blocking that he saw in front of him.
Bro,
if he looked up, he was like, oh, this ain't happening.
Javon Bull's on that block. Xavier McKinney's a great dude, but Big 92 ran right through him. Bo Melton took an angle and blocked nobody. Josh Jacobs just kind of washed and put his hands over his head. Keyshawn Nixon came late. It was a complete debacle. Poor Romeo Doubs, because you're right. When he looked up, all he saw was blue. Coming at him. He's like, oh, what in the hell?
Why was Josh Jacobs in?
I don't know.
So he didn't run the ball after the fumble because he's injured. The fumble seemed because he got hit in the knee, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
And I was mad he wasn't out there I know he was limited, whatever. The first 4th and 1 shotgun with Chris Brooks next to you. You might as well tell him you're throwing, Matt. Mike and Franklin, you're up on the Carlos Talk and Text line.
Hey, guys. How you doing? I had called earlier, but unfortunately I was working. I want to get back in. That was you guys that just brought it up over the air. I don't know if you guys remember the Flintstones, but there was a big helmet that they wore, like a kazoo helmet. And kazoo it was Fred Flintstone's alter ego with the kazoo. Anyhow, the point being is Romeo Doubs has this big helmet on. I mean, I coached freshman football for 6 years. You did not put that guy in the front line where he's going to get lambasted and just crushed. I mean, and you could tell he was scared. He was scared when the ball was coming to him, and that's just not the person you want in the front line.
Flashbacks of punt returner, 3rd-round pick, Amari Rodgers.
Oh, yeah.
Flashbacks of him standing back to return some punts.
That was poor coaching. They should not have put him in that position.
We appreciate the call, Mike. And why aren't you guys blaming the up front guys? We are.
I know.
The whole thing was...
You can blame everyone for that.
I watched it over, and I'm telling you, Javon Bull's the only one that did anything right. Everybody else, and again, I love Xavier McKinney, but he didn't. He got ran right.
You know when Brad Nortman will tell us about a botched punt? They yell, fire, fire, fire! That was fire. Just on the play that you need to be not in fire for.
Yeah,
Well, Kyle said that Xavier McKinney got lit up by big number 92. Now, I'm no football coach, but I don't think I want my starting safety ever trying to block someone that has a 92 on his shirt.
It's the hand team, I guess.
It seems like he's probably doubled in size.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the old special teams, you had some linebackers in there to protect some folks. Somebody who wasn't going to get busted up, because 92 was the buster. He was going to bust the wedge.
Kyle, why don't you tell us about your great bank?
Oh, I can tell you about my great bank, because listen, buying a home is one of the biggest moves you'll ever make, and if you ever make a move like that, you need to have a team behind you that knows exactly what they're doing and actually cares. That's why when you're ready, KBN Nation, you should work with my friends at Citizens Bank. From pre-approval to closing, and even after you get the keys, they will be there with you every step of the way. No runaround, no wondering who to call, no last-minute surprises. Just one trusted lender making the whole thing feel a lot less stressful. And get this, you can meet with someone in person or start your application online. However you roll, they've got you. So whether you're buying a home, refinancing, or just starting a dream, check out Citizens Bank, WI.bank. That's Citizens Bank, WI.bank. Citizens Bank, WI.bank. That's banking where you belong, and they are an equal housing lender.
All right, no Alex Strofe, so it's the Wheel of Tony, his debut. Will it be any good? Will he overpromise like Alex Strofe does and underdeliver like Alex Strofe does? We'll see it together next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Transformers, Megan Fox.
No, I would say Megan Fox, we all good, but 7:45 is starting to go. You got to transform your ass up out of here.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 41 is backing up a bit from Silver Spring all the way down to Capitol Drive. On the northbound side, it's also heavy from before Mayfair Road up to Capitol. Eastbound 94 slowing from 84th Street to Hawley Road. The westbound side's got a bit of a backup from 27th all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. And southbound 43 mainly seeing the delays from the Marquette down and over the high-rise bridge. Traffic is brought to you by Discount Liquor. It's Christmas week. No time to panic unless you're out of booze. Discount Liquor has your holiday essentials. Visit them at 51st in Oklahoma and Barstow in Maine in Waukesha. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, slight chance for drizzle or flurry, mostly cloudy, a low of 32. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and mild, a high of 42. Weather's brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
This winter, upgrade your home and your savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. New windows, roofing, siding, or a stunning bath makeover. Get it done now and get $3,000 off your project. That's right, $3,000 back in your pocket during our biggest year-end blowout. Call 262-800-4274 or head to extpros.com. Don't wait. These holiday savings melt away fast. Exterior Pros and Baths. Your home upgraded for the holidays.
This Christmas, get a bonus AI Essentials course when you enroll in any My Computer Career IT program by the end of the year. That's a $3,900 value. Attend classes online or on campus. Enjoy lifetime job placement support and IT certifications in high demand. Go to mycomputercareer.edu today and take the free career evaluation. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Conditions apply to AI offer and financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up for 40 days of consistency. All over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah. Breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Be interesting to see how the wheel of Tony goes as it's Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, no Brad Nortman, no Alex Strofe. We have TC, Tony Cartagena, the producer for the Analysis Show, with their guy Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Subscribe to the Analysis Show, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. But again, this is Kyle, Brust and Nortman leading into the Homer Hour. 800-990-3776 is the Cardless Talking text line. And we're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Tony, wheel of Tony / Strofe time.
It's time for the
Wheel of Strofe.
Another day, another buckaroonie.
I was just going to do my best Strofe, but Ben jumped in front of that one, so that's cool. I don't have to do it. Thank you, Ben.
I didn't think you wanted to be Alex Strofe.
No, definitely did not want to. Going to throw one at you guys completely out of the blue, but obviously the Packers were 2.5 minutes away. People were already starting to think they're going to beat the Bears. They're going to win the division. I want you guys to put yourselves in that frame of mind. The Packers won. Everyone's happy. They're the 2 seed. We get to work. It's 1:59. Your mics go hot at 2 o'clock. How would you have started today's show if a miracle didn't occur at Soldier Field on Saturday night? Ben, let's start with you.
It's a great day to be alive on this Monday. Kyle, Brust, Nortman, and I'm waiting, and I hear absolutely nothing from nobody.
Yeah, I would have started the same way I started the last one. The Bears still suck. And through the first 3.5 quarters, the Bears still suck.
Kyle and I were literally just discussing this in the break. Caleb threw a great ball. That last throw of DJ Moore was a really good ball. And Keyshawn Nixon smothered all over him, maybe a little too much. DJ Moore made a play.
Yeah, made a great
Packers didn't execute in the red zone. They were executing a pretty good game plan. They didn't score in the red zone, which hurt them. And ultimately, we're here. But it doesn't change anything for the last 2 games that you have. A, to make the playoffs. B, the Bears have to win 2 games to secure that 1 seed. And the NFC is wide open.
Bears fan came around.
Well played.
Good on them. Good on them. Good on them.
It's funny because I'm looking at the Twitter feed, and ESPN Milwaukee must have posted a Kyle video because it is every 4 seconds. There's hundreds of responses. Ben, I think you were trending in Chicago on Saturday night. It was you and Caleb Williams. So, the amount of people who are obsessed with you guys because of the Bears, whereas today, had the Packers won, it's just normal, it's normal behavior around here. It's just, this is so weird to me how a team could be bad for so long and think that they did anything.
Again, Waddle and Sylvie, it's a miraculous dream season.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It just speaks to the expectations.
Yeah, it's kind of sad to be taking these victory laps today, but I can't tell nobody else how to live. But hell, my popularity done went up so much in Chicago, I might run for mayor. Heard they don't like their mayor.
I don't know if they're gonna be voting for you.
They gonna know my name. They gonna say, "Oh, that jerk," and then they hear my campaign stuff. They may say, "Wait a minute."
Then they're definitely not voting for you.
Wait a minute, down to Chicago.
Already throwing his name in the politic ring, which everyone loves.
I mean, it's corruption down there. The corruptions and losers. That's all they got down there. Losers
Speaking
and
of corruptions and losers, my brother keeps calling.
Yeah,
oh, that was him? I just missed?
He was so.
He'll keep calling.
He was so.
You know what? We'll take. It's my segment.
It is the Wheel of Tony.
He was so busy.
Put him on
2 weeks
blind.
ago.
I know he can hear us. Put him on
you
blind.
want me to put him up?
Patch him through.
Oh.
All right, there he is, Jonathan Brust. Congratulations on your dream season.
No, that's all right. Hey, I got a question for you guys. Can you guys give me, in your minds, if you think you can name the top 10 TD to interception ratio quarterbacks in the NFL over their career?
Cool.
Minimum what attempts?
Hey,
over their career?
Minimum 1,000 attempts. Minimum 1,000 attempts.
2-year sample size?
Yeah,
Matt Flynn? I don't know.
Minimum 1,000 attempts.
Yeah. JB, can I ask you, why were you so silent throughout the game? Were you so busy? Because you said you were busy last week, and then all of a sudden...
I was actually enjoying watching the game. I had a son look at me with 6 minutes left in the game, with tears almost in his eyes, saying, "Dad, why do we cheer for this team?" And I said, "Son, it's okay. It is okay. This game is not over."
Why you lied to your son
and guess
like
what?
that? You had
I wasn't wrong.
He was.
I
Now
wasn't
he's going to
wrong.
believe in miracles the rest of his life. They don't happen every day.
Fairy tales. Stop telling that boy
Hey,
fairy
it's a
tales.
miracle.
taking him
I
to
got
Disney
married.
anytime
You
soon?
got married. Am I what?
Taking him to Disney to see some more fairy tales?
I'll take him back down to Soldier Field for an NFC Championship game that the Packers won't be in.
And then Seinfeld music, which you'll find the hotkey for later.
I don't understand Strove's hotkey.
I said, which you'll find
so
later.
Sorry.
It's no Strove.
No, it's on me. It's on me.
No, it's
But
The NFC
Here, I'll
the
just play
dream
this.
season.
Caleb Williams sucks. Bro, they were legitimately onside
Caleb
away
Williams sucks.
from losing, and now they all of a sudden in the NFC Championship. Okay.
no, low-key, though, save the clip. That's my job. So, Ben, if that would happen, some miracle would happen, end of times type miracle, you can give that to your nephew and say, "Pops, you're taking me to the game. You said it on the air."
No, I'm just going to get. You know what I should do for my brother's children is sit them down. We'll watch Miracle on Disney Plus and be like, this is what you guys are expecting from your team.
I was going to ask you guys if this Bears season was a Disney movie, what would it be titled? But I feel like the responses we'd get from people would be way too wild.
I want to do that one. I want to go into my holiday happy. Yeah, just quite. So why would he expose your nephew like that?
He had tears in his eyes. Why do we root for this
I'm afraid
team?
to ask which nephew it was.
Oh, it was definitely the one that said, first down, spot of the foul. Yeah.
If it wasn't your family, I would have had so many follow-up questions for that caller.
Yeah. Well, it's a they are a representation of all Bears fandom.
Call your nephew and you tell him, listen.
I don't think he's got a phone.
Okay.
He's in middle school.
Okay. You need to get in contact with your nephew and say,
I'm going to see him on Christmas Eve.
Hey, say, listen, few, I love you. Okay? And I understand sports is a lot. I get it. But if I ever hear you crying about a damn team ever again in a regular season, week 16 loss, I'm going to come down. I'm going to put
Well, Nolan Windsor just did that for the Badgers, which actually
he actually plays for the team.
That's true.
He ain't a fan.
I'm not going to lie. When I saw that, I saw a lot of people giving it. And for those who missed it, I was at the Badger game against Villanova at Pfizer. Horrible game. But Nolan Windsor was upset about the performance. And I will say, for someone in the NIL era to show that they care,
you loved it.
Respect. Because it'd be very easy to collect cash and just be like, whatever. On to the next thing. Actually cared about winning. Good to see.
Yeah. I do got to ask Kyle. So as this debacle happened, I looked at the KBN group text. Nothing was in it, which is fine because I thought especially you and Strofe would be very emotional. I'm not accusing you of crying during the meltdown, but just give me a behind-the-scenes look of what it probably looked like for baby girl to see this.
So I don't watch many games, not at home, but I got invited to a Christmas holiday party.
Ooh, that's like the anti-Kyle.
You were in public for this?
Yeah.
This is the anti-Kyle.
And, I said yes. I care about the person. I said yes, and then all of a sudden the game got flexed to being this time, and I was like, already still going to be there, and so I thugged it out. I sat in the corner chair by myself. Baby girl was next to me. When the debacle happened, there was a
lot of debacle.
Yeah, there was a lot of debacle.
When Romeo Dobbs happened, what did Kyle yell out loud in a room full of people?
Well, I had to contain myself.
Hell!
I remember I hit the floor saying, "You can't do that." And I do recall there was a gentleman there who was a Bears fan, silent the whole time. Silent. Oh, I'm a calm dude. When they forced overtime, he got up. He's dancing and all this. He ended up breaking the light, and then when the game ended, because I literally do the silent walk-off. Ben has been part of my silent walk-off, me watching him on TV. And
collect your thoughts in a different space.
They scored the touchdown. I looked at baby girl. I said, "Baby, can we?" She said, "Let's go." And so I go and I give the I give the person a hug.
That is copium.
And we just walk and we leave. And she was like, "What song you want to listen to?" Or she tried to play some music upbeat to get me upbeat. I said, "Baby, I don't want to. I just want silence. I don't need the radio." I said, "Play whatever you want. I don't want to hear don't try to cheer me up. Just let me drive."
The sun will come out tomorrow.
I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that.
Hang on, it'll be better till tomorrow.
Yeah. So, yeah, that one stung because the Packers, honestly, they outplayed the Chicago Bears for the majority of that football game without having their starting quarterback for the majority of that game. And to lose in heartbreak fashion was just awful. Awful. They let one slip away.
Miraculous fashion.
You're right.
Yes. It's not heartbreaking.
It's not our words. That is Bear fans' words.
It is
miraculous.
40 years of prayers from that godforsaken city to the south finally answered in Week 16.
They had the Tinkerbell or Aladdin or whatever it is, the genie. They had something. They used that on Saturday.
I don't know Disney movies.
Oh, wow.
If you don't have a dog that's listening to you and you ask yourself, why aren't they listening to me? Well, Matt's team can help you at Sit Means Sit because you can have that happy, confident, and obedient dog. Sit Means Sit Dog Training, Milwaukee or Waukesha. Schedule that free consultation. Green Bay props and preview here on Kyle Brust Nortman, presented by Sit Means Sit, as well as Green Bay game night after every Green Bay game with Homer and Tausch. They give you the dog of the game. SitMeansSit.com. Check out the Milwaukee and Waukesha page as we wrap up KBN before the Homer Hour. Next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
You said they are a reflection of their head coach. Yes, he's soft, as he proved with you by signing that damn jersey you had on. You think Campbell would have signed that jersey?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Game days are here, and your car needs to look as ready as you do. Before you hit the stadium, surf to Tsunami Express Car Wash, the ultimate pre-game stop to roll in clean and confident. Our state-of-the-art tunnels treat, clean, protect, and dry every car to perfection. With 7 Milwaukee area locations, including our newest in New Berlin, we are wherever you need us. Sign up online, and your first wash is absolutely free. That's a $25 value on the house. Claim your free wash today at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
You have to be concerned with these blown leads late in games against quality opponents.
So explain this to me. Is there a trait in teams that blow big leads that you see consistently through your time, 11 years playing, and now all these years after the fact analyzing it? Teams that blow big leads, do they all have a singular trait that would allow for that to happen, unfortunately, for those teams?
Well, I don't think it's just one thing that you can pinpoint, but my biggest concern about the LA Rams all year long was their ability to be able to salt the game away, right? Mike Tannenbaum says this all the time. You throw to score, you run to win. You throw to get the big lead, and then you run the ball to eat up clock and to protect that big lead and get out of it with a win. The LA Rams haven't been able to do that against really good teams, and that has to be a little bit concerning because it feels like somewhat of a fatal flaw for this squad.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Host an unforgettable outing and create special memories with your crew at a Milwaukee Bucks game. Groups of 10 or more can score ticket savings, block seating, and take part in special activities on game days. Showcase your team's talents on center court, score a high five from the pros, and more. There are great options for groups of all sizes. Start planning your ultimate Bucks basketball game day experience today at bucks.com/groups. That's bucks.com/groups.
Craving that crispy, cheesy, thick Detroit-style pizza? Well, now you got it with Screamin' Sicilian. Screamin' Sicilian delivers the crunch, the gooey cheese pull, and that light, airy crust that you love, all baked in its own pan for those crave-worthy caramelized edges straight from your home oven. You got the cheese, the pepperoni, multi-meat, or supreme. It's like dining out, but without the hefty bill. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian, Detroit-style, thick, crispy, unapologetically screamin'.
But there is still a lot more ahead of them. We did speak to Jason Wilde. That is definitely worth going back to listen to on the ESPN Wisconsin app and YouTube really at ESPN Milwaukee because Malik Willis is injured and Jordan Love obviously in concussion protocol. With the concussion protocol, obviously there's a process. These guys get cleared, but Jordan has not had a history of that, which does bode well. And Tony, you had this quote in your head pretty good. Jason Wilde said,
optimism rather than pessimism.
Okay. And again, no declarative statements, but just giving his information as he's been around the coach more than we have.
He's
when
very good
questions.
at reading Matt Lafleur, and those guys obviously know a little bit more than what they'll ever let on. We won't know about Jordan Love, let's just be honest, until Saturday night.
He'll be limited.
No, and we'll see.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
The words throughout the week from Matt Lafleur, he's limited, and we'll see.
And the thing about these NFL quarterbacks and just NFL players, by the time they get to this part of the season anyways, everything is a walkthrough. Everything is a walkthrough. So Jordan Love is just going to be about mentally being ready to go.
I saw T. Higgins come off of concussion and then get a concuss, get back in the game.
Is he back yet?
Oh, he played this week, yeah. Even after 2 concussions in 2 weeks.
Oh, that's not great. Can we just really quickly, I understand when it comes
to Romeo Dobbs' guardian cap on the onside kick?
Nah.
You're about to flip-flop on this one now, too?
No. Rich Bisaccia. What I'll say is this. I know Matt Lafleur is standing behind him now, but Matt Lafleur also during the season stood behind Joe Barry. Don't allow for us in this moment in hearing what Matt Lafleur says make us believe that it doesn't mean that a move is going to happen in the offseason. Because I do think he has to move on from Rich Bisaccia, or he doesn't have to, but I do think there's a good chance he moves on from Rich Bisaccia. But honestly, I don't know if it's Rich Bisaccia or if it's just the dang guys that we have on the team. If it comes down to Goody making sure we're putting the right.
Well, again, we talked about it. It's been a thorn in the side for over 10 years.
Yeah,
over 10 years, a top 15 finish once.
I remember when Sean Slocum was the dang special teams coordinator, and I feel like that was a long time ago.
Real quick, where the Packers rank special teams-wise since 2013, 30th, 31st, 14th, 32, 30, 32, 24, 29, 31, 26, 28, 32, 31.
It's a lot of
30s.
A lot of third.
Slocum was the special teams coach.
It's hard to do when there's 32 teams to be in that bottom three.
It's hard to finish last that many times.
Yes.
I mean, the Bears did it in the division like 5 years in a row not too long ago, but like that's hard to do.
Again, as a reminder as to what the Packers have in front of them is to remind you the celebration of a miracle. Again, Waddle and Sylvie in their pre-show meeting. What a weekend. Bears miraculous win over Packers in what is a dream season.
A tad bit excessive.
And speaking of excessive, the voicemail I got from host from ESPN 1000, David Kaplan, the big child.
Take that! Caleb Williams sticks it up your take that! Take that! Take that!
These guys down in Chicago have taken it to such another level. That voicemail, it's sad. It's whatever.
It really
it's late
is.
on Saturday. It's sad.
Especially when we just heard my brother say that my nephew said he said he had tears. He could see the tears in his eyes with 6 minutes to go, and John said, "Hold on, a miracle's on the way."
JB's a good dad, better than me. You know my daddy. I never forget. I got
quit your whining.
No, I literally came.
Is that a T?
I was in the 4th or 5th grade, and I came home, was locked out the house, couldn't get in the house. Nobody was home. I was outside in cold weather for probably an hour by myself. My dad comes home. He sees me crying. He said, "Boy, what you crying for? You would never make it in a while." I said, "I am 10."
You would never make it in the wild?
Yeah. So you can imagine if my daddy saw me crying over the dang Packers, because he told me as a kid, hey, stop all that bumping and jumping and yelling about them Packers. If he saw me crying, boy.
He didn't change you one bit.
Boy, I tell you, he would have said, I know you.
He would never make it in the wild.
No, yeah, my dad's not a yeller.
I'm surprised it didn't make you go to the army or anything, do some basic training, drop your ass really in the wild.
Nah, listen, come on now.
See if you survive now.
My dad was a black man raised in the 50s, man. He came from a father who wouldn't play no games, my grandpa. And so I understand that.
You play a lot of games. I don't know if you're cut from the same cloth.
No, I told you.
The generations of Wallaces have really gotten softer.
As my daddy would say, that's probably your mama's side. But nah, hey, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still more militant and more disciplined, and ain't no way we crying over no loss.
It got sadder. It got sadder, Kyle. So Kaplan, right? He left Ben this voicemail this morning on Twitter. Do you need a great holiday gift for the Bears fan in your life? Grab and I quote, take that Green Bay hoodie or T-shirt that he is selling.
Yeah, it doesn't say miracle on it.
Shirts.
For a regular season game.
The hoodie, it does look nice, but it does say take that
shirts.
Green Bay on the hoodie.
Did we sell shirts of Aaron Rodgers with the miraculous touchdown against the Lions, Hail Mary?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, my gosh.
But he did reminisce about being in that building about the Richard Rodgers touchdown as Pittsburgh did win.
Look, I'm sure knowing Cap, I'm sure this goes to charity or something, but still at the end of the day, take that Green Bay hoodie.
For those who buy it, just donate the money. Just donate the money.
I think we might
don't
have
even
to.
buy
I feel so bad for these losers.
Yeah, that is pretty pathetic.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace. TC's been in for Alex Strofe. We're back at it tomorrow.
Survive.
Tony, you feel like your feet are underneath you?
I got a lot to clean up. Solid C, not even a C+. Solid C. A lot to clean up.
I'll give you the solid C. And we get better every day. Kyle Brust and Nortman will talk to you tomorrow. Homer Hour next.
It's getting a bit heavier on northbound 41 between about Mayfair Road all the way up past Capitol Drive to about Silver Spring. Southbound is backing up just a bit from just south of Burleigh down past Mayfair Road. We've also got eastbound 94 hitting the brakes from 84th Street to Hawley Road, and then westbound is backing up from 27th to Hawley. Southbound 43 is a bit tight heading from the Marquette down onto the high-rise bridge. Northbound, a little bit slow from North Avenue up to Locust. Traffic is brought to you by Safe Plow. When winter hits Wisconsin, Safe Plow keeps driveways and businesses clear with no-tolerance snow removal. They handle the blizzard so you can handle your business. Visit safeplow.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, slight chance for a drizzle or flurry, mostly cloudy, a low of 32. And then tomorrow, partly cloudy and mild, a high of 42. Weather's brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more easy and affordable apparel personalization with no minimums and fast turnaround. For all your printing needs, bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited